Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, mortgage rates explodes. 50 to 60% price drops are coming, ladies and gentlemen. And like I've told you before, you're going to win. Tonight, we're going to go over some of the statistics, some of the information that's going down, because I know a lot of you are sitting there going, Eric, we had another rise in the stock market. This is all over. Nothing else is going to happen. I know. This is why I have to bring the real just to temper your excitement. And welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you so much for being here on a Friday evening. You can be anywhere on the planet instead of here. So I appreciate it. But before we get into this, please smash the like button. That's just so the YouTube gods know that you're in the house. And over the course of this live stream, if you like what we're talking about, this isn't the only thing we talk about. Please come back again and please subscribe to the channel and click the all notification bell. And everybody else, you know how it goes around here. Please let me know if you received the YouTube notification, if you also saw the trailer. That would be greatly appreciated. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Let me see who's in the house first. First off, we have Laverne Penix in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And he has the icon next to his name. And his nickname here is AKA Mr. Cool is in the house. He brings his tagline. Hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. The stock market was off the chain today. Exactly what I'm saying. We're going to have to peruse through the green today. And I received a notification and trailer. That's one person in the house tonight that has received a trailer and saw the trailer and received a notification. And why not? Why don't I just get into it? Let me see if I have that up, because let me see if I have the CNBC up right now. I don't think I do, but it's all right. I'm going to pull it up, and I want it. Nope, I have it already. Okay, still green. We're good. All right. So we're going to talk about this briefly because we're going to get into the mortgage rates exploding. And what I mean by that is it's up to 7%, 7.3, 7.5, depending on your credit score. 8% in some cases, or shall I say, you're going to pay some extra points to bring it down. I mean, like 1 percentage point, 1.5 percentage points when a home costs $400,000, $500,000, $600,000. You're really going to give up $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 added on top of your 20% down. Yeah, I know some of you might be saying, this is crazy, 110,000, but I want a lower interest rate by a few measly points. So therefore, I'm going to add another 8 grand. So that's going to be 120 grand. And you're going to add points on when I sell the loan. I mean, they got you, ladies and gentlemen. So it's all negotiations going in. Just remember that. So let's get into the stock market today, because this actually is going to have an effect potentially on federal rate hike coming up. All right. This is pretty major, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let me get over here because and look at Zuckerberg. They're pointing out Zuckerberg's Meta down heavily. This is all insane what's happening. All insane. This is like a whole different world going on. This is why you guys have to understand This is a perfect example. The fact that the stock market is going bananas, meaning going up, and yet earnings are down for all the tech companies. They're not meeting their expectations, but yet no problem. Recession numbers are looking silly, like manufactured. Like, who believes that somehow GDP is higher? I mean, this is given a reason for the Federal Reserve to not increase their interest rates so drastically. 0.5 versus 0.75, those 0.25 differences matter, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, you see what's on the screen. Let me know what you guys think or what you're making of this. Here's the first thing that I'm going to say in case you're new here. If you know the top 10% of the wealthiest people on the planet owns 89% of the stock market, and the stock market does these weeks where it goes up and goes up, not just a little bit, but 2.5 percentage points or more, that's significant, ladies and gentlemen, in one day. So when you have these type of movements and you're still going to the gas station, to the grocery stores and all this, and you know that there's like 100 million people out of work, somehow somebody's buying all these stocks. After 401ks have been decimated at least 20 to 30%. So I'm trying to figure out, where's all this euphoria coming from? Euphoria coming from? Where is it coming from, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know. Why is all this money being dumped into the stock market all of a sudden? Does somebody know something we don't? Highly unlikely, but they need us to participate in order to keep it going. So are we going to participate is the question. Well, it's going to be very interesting, but this Dow closes 800 points higher on Friday crap after they've turned this into Amazon is bad, Meta is bad, Tesla's bad. I mean, everybody, all the major indexes, such as what you would think, are crazy. Gas prices could escalate. I mean, I don't know how the stock market, people are buying stocks. I realize they're on sale, but let's get into the housing situation. All right. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this stock market, because this is astonishing what's happening, quite frankly. People need to buy. They need us to buy, ordinary citizens. So you guys are out here buying in the stock market as well. Remember, this is 1929, 1932, 1929 and 1932. They had these rises like this, and then all of a sudden they pull the rug out from underneath you. But that doesn't mean people aren't making money, because when you have a 5 to 10% increase in a matter of 2-3 weeks, and that could mean some stocks are even higher. Like if you had Tesla at 205 and it's 230, that's, $25 per share to somebody who might have bought $10,000 worth. That's significant. All right. So there's people still making money happily. So you have to be in it to win it. But the point is, let's get down to what this is doing, because if the Federal Reserve does 0.5, they should continue to 0.75, because no matter what's happening in the stock market, we're not the top 10%, ladies and gentlemen. Inflation is still running rampant. Even if you believe inflation drops to 6%, it's a lie in the first place. And 6% is still high inflation. Even if it is 6%, just think about every $100 is now 106. Every $100 you spend is 106. It keeps going up. And that also means your bills are another 6% as well. So just think about things increasing. It might seem like minor, but you start adding 6% on top of things, all of a sudden it's not just 6%. It's 6% for food, but some of the food was already raised 20%. Now it's 26% higher, which means a fourth of your buying power gone. So you guys have to think about this when they're manufacturing this crazy nonsense. All right. Now, I'm going to go into a few things that I haven't done before and talked about much, but today is going to be a good day. So I am going to go to, let's see what the Federal Reserve says. That's where I'm going today. I'm going to start off with the Federal Reserve because, no, I'm not. Here's what I'm going to do actually. I'm going to do it a little different way. I'm actually going to start with this right here. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. All right. The mortgage rates we're not talking about yet. We're going to talk about that in a second. But here's what's going on, just so you can understand. I'm getting ready to tell you, even though mortgage rates are exploding, this is going to be a good thing for us. Again, you guys know I'm on that path that says this is going to be a good thing for us. Here's one of the check boxes you can start looking at right here. The amount of homes under construction has never been higher. This is hilarious. All these homes have been built or being built, millions around the United States and territories. So what does that mean to you? That means what most people don't realize is new homes, there's going to be an oversupply. Nobody's going to buy these homes that are overpriced by 50%. So what if they drop it down 10, 15, 20%? If I bought a house that should be 300,000 and it went up 20%, 40%, 50%, and all of a sudden it costs 500,000. If it drops 30%, 150, I'm still paying too much. So I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, you have to start thinking about this properly. We need it to go down 50, 60% just to get back what it appropriately should be. So when you have an over amount of new construction, not sitting inventory, new construction, ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty serious. So let's keep going, because this is why the mortgage rates are going to go up and the Federal Reserve is going to be our friend. They're going to increase it. It just means because of this latest activity, they might just go, oh, we'll just go 0.5. But I'm warning you, once again, if they do that, just keep in your head, this is a trick, because they're doing the 0.5 so the stock market and their friends can actually continue to rise. That's all they're doing. Everybody else with stocks is paper. Just keep that in mind. It's not the real world in reality. Stocks are backed by companies. The real world, where you have to pay the energy bill, and your electric bills, the gas bills, the light bills, and the food bills and credit card bills, you're not going to be immune. You don't just get to magically go, poof, we get to reduce the prices of everything. That's literally what they're doing to the stock market. Can you imagine if one day everybody, the lower 90% walked in the grocery store and said, hey, today's a good day. We're just going to reduce everything 50%. You'd be like, how's that? I say we have paper. It's the same similar type of thing. They're manipulating things in the background, ladies and gentlemen. But in reality, the masses, we're sitting out here still in the same position. All right? Just keep that in mind. All right. Now, I'm going to go to the Fed, because you guys have to understand and look at this chart. You're going to have to see this for yourself. Here's the 30-year fixed rate mortgage average in the United States. And this is since 2013. All right. You guys looking at this? This is 3.4 over here in 2013. Here's 4.2 in 2013. And then it's been pretty much 4, 3, 3. It's just hovering. But then in 2019, this was the travesty right here. Trying to match the Eurozone, trying to go down 30%. Can you believe this? Somebody wanted us to go to 0% interest rates. That's no good for us, ladies and gentlemen. We don't win unless you already bought prior to when they started going down, and you sold at these high prices because the interest rate went down. But that's when we're going to win next time. So here we are in 2018, 4.83. We're above that, ladies and gentlemen. Clearly, we're over here at 5. It's at 7.32 as of today, ladies and gentlemen. 7.08 is what this says. Today it's 7.32 because this is 1 day behind. It goes up to 1027. All right. It's now 7.32. After next week, we're going to be in the low side in the 8s. Some people are going to be at 8.5, 8.7. That's where we're going to be sitting at. So you can see here exactly what was happening. As we go down, home prices go ballistic. 2.9, 2.87, 2.67. Then people were going ballistic. This is why in 2020, 2021, home prices went up 20% each year. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I'm telling you again, this may be the last time that you or your family can afford a home, because when these prices come back down to these levels, 3.9, 4%, down to 3 or whatever happens, same thing's going to happen. 20% increases, 15% increases, 30% increases, and they're going to be on top of the rates now. They're not going to stop it. It's not like the Federal Reserve is going to raise interest rates to stop it. They're just going to let it ride longer than they did this time. And the next time it might be 3 years of 20%, 4 years of 20%. So a person could buy a $300,000 house next year, let's say. 4 years later, it could be like 800,000. Do you know how many people qualify for $800,000 home, $1 million home? It's not going to be 50, 100 million people. It's not going to happen. All right. So think about it, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I have to bring these charts out like this. But think about it, because this is why we're going to win, though. That's the beauty of what's going to happen. We're going to win, ladies and gentlemen, because of the fact we're going to sit here and watch this stuff come down. Foreclosures, 3 to 4 million of those are going to be coming into play. Some people are sitting there saying, hey, Eric, so what? BlackRock or whoever. Okay, first of all, BlackRock said they're not going to buy falling knives. All right, so they put that out there in June, July. They're not crazy. Hedge funds aren't crazy. These guys have historical records. They're not going to be out here buying homes right now because they dropped 20% or 15%. They're not doing that. They're not stupid. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. They're the CEOs. They're big time. They're in the business of making money, and not just a little bit. They're trying to figure out a lot of it of money. All right. The best way I can say it. They aren't going to buy at overpriced. They're going to sit there and be like, we don't have to. Mom and pops aren't going to buy homes right now at 7.32, 8%. We can just sit back and wait till this all comes crumbling down. We'll buy stuff at rock bottom prices maybe, but we damn sure ain't going to buy it 15, 20% off, because history says it should be 40, 50, 60% off. 50 and 60. I'm still getting pushback, but I have seen a lot of YouTubers now. All of a sudden I see this minus 50. I'm like, oh, they've joined the party, a lot of them. So I'm proud to say you guys already were well aware of this last year, at the end of last year, beginning of this year. Maria Barnes is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And she brings her tagline, hello, Eric and SSN family. How is everyone doing? I got the trailer notification. That's very good to hear. Thank you so much for letting me know. And she is also known as around here as Mrs. Cool. She's here in the house. So I thank you so much for your support, your continued support. I appreciate it. And once again, smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. All right. This information is helpful to a lot of people, because there's a lot of people still running around thinking they're going to buy a house. That's crazy. No reason. Sit back and relax. Let the fireworks begin. All right. And we haven't even got to fireworks status yet, because I've already showed you where the demand or the amount of homes under construction has been higher than all-time high. But now let me just ask you something. Let me get to something else. Let me see if I can find this real quick. I know I'm used to using my other when I'm doing the new videos, and so the screens are similar now, and so I'm looking around and I don't have what I want, but it's okay, it's all right, because we're gonna still make it happen. You guys know how we do this. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this up to you guys' attention. So we have that going on, where it seems like they're saying, oh yeah, more homes built all time, but then you get news of this. This is what happens next. Something like this happens. You guys seen this already. Pending home sales fell 10% in September, much worse than expected. Okay. So economists had predicted a 4% drop. Sales were down 31% year over year. Do you guys hear this? Sales are down 31% year over year. This article came out today. In fact, you can find it down below in the description, so you can read all this yourself. So here we are. 4%, it's 10%. Home sales fell 10% in September, much worse than expected. What do you think is going to happen in October? This is not even buying season for homes. What do you think is going to happen in November? So there, people are sitting there going, well, there's low demand. Low homes on the market for sale. And I'm like, yeah, but nobody wants to really buy a home, so it doesn't matter how many homes are on the market for sale. They're going, inventory is small. I'm like, so what? Inventory can be 1 million homes. You're going to be lucky to find 1 million buyers in the next 30 days. All right, so let's get real. Nobody's out here buying homes as soon as they come on the market anymore. People are sitting back going, okay, let's just see where this falls. Especially in most places where people live, they're buying homes that you go in, particularly in any home projects that have been built in the last 20 years. It's almost like the same home is 4 doors down or 5 doors down. So it's not like you can have a specialty home that you're sitting there going, oh, I love this home. This is the only one. No, the home is the next door down, 5 doors down. Somebody might have changed it from brick instead of stucco, or somebody did stucco and put siding. You did all these little different things, but so what? Still the same house. Just on the outside looks different maybe. Or they put a different slant on a roof to change up a little, but nonetheless. So again, pending home sales. That's very interesting. And so this also means something that I mentioned earlier. I'm going to bring this up too, because you put all this together and then you throw this in right here. And now demand for new homes down 86% since last year. Okay, these articles, once again, they're down below in the description. These are all 1 or 2 days old. All right. So this is recent. This isn't from last year or 3 months ago. This is current. All right. So when you know demand for new homes are down 86% since last year, ladies and gentlemen, that's a significant number. This is showing you that people are doing what they should be doing. It's almost like they found out that they should not be thinking about buying a home, or they found out when they went to the mortgage and the lender, and you said, I want a $500,000 home. And the lender says, I'm sorry, the interest rate is now 6.5%. Does your household make $200,000? That's what it's like. And people are like, no. And then they can't buy. Maybe that's more like it. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Because a $500,000 house, you're going to have to spend 3 Gs. Then they throw in the PIMI, or you put down 20%, but you're going to have to pay 2,500, 3,000. If you have any bills, that's 3,500. You're going to have to make, $12,000 to $15,000. That's why I say 155, 175. All of a sudden, you're going to say 200,000. They're going to say, okay. And what do you think's going to happen after all that? Here we go. Rashad's joined us tonight. We have a new man. Rashad Anderson is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. I appreciate you being here. He says housing market will still have buyers because there is still a shortage of houses. Here, he's one of the believers, ladies and gentlemen. New construction will still sell fast. Okay, Rashad Anderson, give me a timeline. I hear what you're saying, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. Here's if you're talking about buyers, there's still a shortage. This is a good conversation to have because there's people that do believe what he's saying. This is what they believe. He's saying there's still going to be a shortage because new construction will still sell fast. All right, well, stay tuned, Rashad Anderson, because new construction will not sell fast when you have 0.5 interest rate increase, 0.75. So they could find, in a matter of 2 weeks, we can find ourselves at 8%. Well, actually, some people are already at 8%. So we could find ourselves low end 7.9 up to 9. That's how this is going to get crazy depending on what happens in the next 2 months. So new homes, you realize, are overpriced, right? So the fallacy is going to come into play depending on the market. But again, I'm going to show you something because this is very, very interesting that you're saying that, because I've been tracking, and with the help of Real Estate Mindset, he's been doing Lennar Homes. So I'm going to do Lennar Homes. All right. I'm going to show you guys some of these things because last week when we talked about Lennar Homes, I believe we were in Dallas, Texas area, and they were having homes that previously were like, I remember the steepest one was crazy. It was something like 550,000. And now they're selling that new home for, it was like $120,000 less, like 410,000 just from 2 months ago. So somebody bought that house for $120,000 more like 2 months ago, and somebody now could buy it for $120,000 less with incentives, which is even more crazier when they said, oh, yeah, we'll do 3.99% if you buy from us right now, fall sale. That is pretty crazy. So that's how they're going to have to sell these new homes, in my opinion. Rashad Anderson, he says, you think that due to the shortage in houses, is there really a shortage though? See, that's the fallacy. Foreclosures are going to be coming on the market. People are going to be losing their homes due to layoffs. Home and interest rates are going higher. People can't afford to keep buying homes at this price point if the interest rate has increased. So you can have all the homes available, shortage of homes all you want, which goes to that article I just presented, which does say, here's the demand, and you're thinking that the demand's going to stay the same, but here it is right here. Demand for new homes down 86% since last year. That's significant. So this is not last year, this is now. And over the winter, demand subsides naturally over the winter time in the first place. But this year over year, which included summer, 86%, this is going to continue to slide backwards. So they're going to have way more homes available. So that, I believe, will be a fallacy. But Rashad Anderson, we're going to find out, quite frankly, right? So what you're saying, though, you're thinking home prices would stay the same. I just don't see how that's going to work. All right. So we're going to find out. It's going to be very, very interesting. But Thank you for your comment, and we're going to all find out. Elizabeth Gonzalez, welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And she says, did you get the update about Panorama Lake offering furniture to furnish your condo? I did not, because I own it Panorama Garden. Well, used to own it Panorama Gardens. But anyhow, no, I didn't get that. How much are they charging is the question. Panorama Lake, didn't you already have to increase, what was it, 5 or 7? I can't remember anymore. All these guys increased. Was it 5 or 7% that you had to pay more for? So what is the furniture package price? Please let me know. Are we, well, it depends on what size. Do you have the 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom? I'm thinking 1 bedroom, 25 grand, 2 bedroom, 30 grand or something like that. 20,000 for a 1 bedroom, 30,000 for a 2 bedroom, somewhere in that park. I know it has to be less than 30,000 because reason I'm saying that is they already include the kitchen appliances. So therefore, I started looking at some things because now you don't need that much, because you need a bed, end tables, TVs. When you start doing it, it doesn't, once you have the appliances, you can get the rest of the stuff. Even if you spent $3,000 on a sofa sleeper, that's about the most expensive thing, because your dining room table is not going to cost that. You can get those for $1,000 or less. But even if I used high-end numbers like 4,000 for that, some chairs to go around is another 600. Then, I mean, we can't even get to 10,000 if we're talking about a 1 bedroom, in my opinion. If we're talking about a 2 bedroom, 2 beds, a sofa sleeper, a dining room table, coffee table, 2 or 3 TVs, we're still somewhere under 10 G's. So let me know what it is, because I think individually, especially for these condos that aren't that big, let's get it real. These condos are like 500 square feet, and a 2 bedroom is hovering around 700, 800, 900 square feet for these things in Vistacana. And in fact, even in a lot of areas of these complexes, 70 square meters, 2 bedroom, that's only 770 square feet roughly. That's not even 800 square feet. So 65 square meters, 70 square meters, that's barely 800. That's not even 720 square feet. So all I'm saying is you don't need that much, and to make it look beautiful. So I'm thinking, I don't know what they could be charging for a Panorama Lake, 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms. They don't have penthouses. So I wouldn't think they would be that expensive. And there's not a lot of square footage. So let me know, Elizabeth Gonzalez, what are they charging? I want to hear the number. Prices aren't that bad, but I still haven't gotten a new contract with inflation included. Oh, okay. Well, Elizabeth Gonzalez, let me know what it is, though. Please. I haven't heard the news on that. And furthermore, quite frankly, I'm out. They sent me a thing saying, okay, we'll give you back some funds. Then they sent me something like, oh, yeah, well, we'll get around to it in a month or 3 months or so. I'm just like, are you serious? 3 months or so? That's the answer? Okay. So they let me out the contract, but they ain't sending the money back. That's hilarious. We'll see what happens with that. Curtis Davis is in the house, otherwise known as Chili Davis is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. He has the icon next to his name as well. And he brings his tagline, good evening, SSN family. Good evening to you, ABMM. Always be making money. He's in the house. Chili Davis, ladies and gentlemen. He goes over stocks on his YouTube channel, Chili Davis. So you would have known about All Green all week. And you would have known about the earnings calls and what time they were happening. So you could have been making financial decisions immediately. So he's the one. Go check him out at Chili Davis. And please subscribe to his channel. Click the all notification bell. Watch his videos. Very, very helpful information. Why did you get out of your contract? Elizabeth Gonzalez. Well, quite frankly, there's some things that I didn't like about what's transpiring, shall I say, at Vistacon. It's okay. Um, the real deal is this. Even though I love the amenities, that is the whole point. There's things coming out such as Cruise on Land and also Larimar that have all the amenities that you can stand. And the prices are the same, or 2020 pricing. So that is the reason. Yes, they're not going to be done next year or year and a half, whatever. But the point is, when you start having, which I'll just give you some things Vistacana doesn't have. So these guys have casinos. These guys have amphitheaters. These guys have mini marts and shopping on site. So this would be like Vistacana having everything I'm about to say. One place like Cruise on Land actually has a water park. As it turns out, if you own it Cruise on Land, you and your guests get to use the water park. It's a full-blown water park. You get to use it. There's no bracelets. There's no hemming and hawing. Everybody gets to use it. If they're staying in your unit, they get to use it. They have a beach club as well. With just like the beach, they're making their own. I mean, like the beach. Well, similar to the beach, just like the Vistacana, they have a beach club. Restaurants right there, except they have more than one beach. They have a lagoon, and they have a beach. And they have all these amenities like wedding venues around this lake, restaurants around the lake, all open. None of this beach club thing where you might have to have a pass as a guest to get in or pay to get in if you're a guest. None of that. It's all included. You don't have to get a second level of security. So that is major to me. Plus, there's other stuff too. I mean, they have the golf course. I mean, not golf course, driving range at Cruise on Land, 18-hole championship golf course at Larimar. Then we have the tennis courts, the basketball courts, the fitness center, the recording studio, and it's not going to be gated or separated. As it appears, quite frankly, at Vistacana, it seems that sports complex may be operated by a separate entity. So owners might not even get in for free as far as, and guests might not be. They still don't know, which is another thing. And getting in the Vistacana Beach Club, okay, let's say owners can get in there for free. In fact, let's just say owners can get in for free at the Vistacana Beach Club and the sports complex. That's real nice. But the question is, can the guests get in for free? And that, since I'm renting, that's not good for me if my guests are going to have to be doing what they're doing at Conarock, where the people are saying, oh, no, you can't come in here and use this. You got to pay. So that defeats my whole purpose. I want my guests to be able to go to the Vistacana Beach Club, go to the sports complex, and also, as with every golf location, no difference in Vistacana. Even if you're an owner or not, you're going to have to pay green fees for that 9-hole golf course, and all your guests, they're going to have to pay too. All right. So the golf course isn't included in anything. And Vistacana, quite frankly, has already said with silence, because they never answered. I said, hey, who's going to pay? Do we have to pay for this sports complex? No answer. And do we have to pay for the Vistacana Beach Club? No answer. I'm like, no answer. You didn't say it's free, it's included. So I'm like, I take that as meaning somebody's paying. And then we find out it's operated not by Vistacana. It's going to be operated by a separate entities. So that now means that fitness center that's going to be at the sports complex, the pools, the softball, the baseball field, the soccer field, all that, this is all in flux. Nobody knows what the HOAs are. So I'll put it this way. Panorama Lake, when is that going to be done? Because they have the model that came out. Is Panorama Lake going to be done in 6 months or something? 7 months? Because they got a little ways to go. But 7 or 8 months, let me know. And also let me know if you've heard anything about if it's really open. And I'm going to put this last thing out there. So we finally had some people renting at Oasis del Lago, and not me or anybody, but just going by Airbnb. And there's a couple of things that stuck out at me. One of the reviews, the person has a villa with a pool in the back. Now, remind you that the only thing at Vista Cana right now is Yak Lounge and the beach that you can use. And then, of course, they have a pool. There's nothing else there. So people started saying, okay, now here's the thing. Yak Lounge is just a little snack bar-ish kind of place, right? The person got a little hungry. They said, okay, they called pizza. Well, because the gates, remember, you have to go through 2 gates when you're at Oasis del Lago. And this is one of the little things that's going to come up. They didn't realize they had to call not 1 gate, but 2 gates, I guess. So they knew the pizza guy could get in. The pizza guy couldn't get in. So they had to wait for a pizza for like an hour thinking, where's my pizza? So people can't get through. Second thing, and this is major to me, apparently a person has to give up their ID, an ID card, and leave it at the gate when you go through at Vista Cana. I was like, hold on a second. I don't like that either. And there's some other factors. Now, there's nothing wrong with Vista Cana. It's going to be upscale. It's going to be off the charts. But I'm not there to live there. I'm there to rent. So if I have people, now you own at Panorama, Elizabeth Gonzalez. Everybody at Panorama, you're going to be fine. Everybody at Pueblito, Carabino, you're going to be fine. Everybody that has a restaurant, a pool, a fitness, the yoga, and all that, you're going to be fine because your guests get to use those amenities. Everybody else who doesn't have that type of amenities inside their gates, like there's a guy right now that has a townhouse for sale, or not for sale, for rent. He's trying to get $213 per night. Actually, it's not a townhouse. It's a villa. I think it's a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath villa. He can't get $213 a night so far. But in his little villa section, they have no pool. They have no fitness. They have no nothing. So when somebody stays at his place, the only place they can go is up to Yak Lounge or to that beach area or off the compound. So that presents a problem for people who don't have amenities within their complex. So if they block it off, which I'm thinking they might, because again, we're talking about Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, Vista Cana. If they block it off, which I think they are, because the first sign was when they said, we're not going to have the hotel. And I was like, wait, what? A hotel means people would come in off the street, stay at the hotel, come down, spend their money at Yak Lounge, at the Vista Cana Beach Club, that they would spend their money, and that would save us homeowners. Our HOAs wouldn't rise. But if they do what it looks like they're doing, that means everything that's going to operate at Vista Cana is going to be funded with HOA fees from all the different projects. And how are you going to line all this up? One project is going to pay one amount, another project is going to pay another. So it's not bad. I'm just saying, for me, I'm renting out. I'm not living there. Although I might have stayed there for, a few weeks, a month, who knows? But generally, it's from an investor standpoint. So any anomaly like that, I'm like, hold on a second. I don't want to be caught up. I need amenities. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is, at those newer places that are coming out, the guests aren't going to be hemmed up under any circumstance because they're in the compound, like I thought Vista Cana and Cana Rock was going to be. Once you're in the gates, I thought it was open where everybody can just pretty much go use the amenities. And now if you start doing like at Cana Rock, where if you stay there, you don't get to go to the Hard Rock. You just get to go to the beach club. The beach club's nothing. All it is, you pay restaurant, and then the beach club's on the beach. But why am I paying? That should have been part of the Cana Rock condos, since they're less than 200 yards away. Some places are less than 100 yards away from Hard Rock, but you can't use any of their stuff. Got to pay a bracelet. And it seems like this is what Vista Cana might do. And here's the other thing. At Primavera, which is right next door, which are villas that people paid like for a 3-bedroom villa, 120 grand, 100 grand 2 years ago. they're renting their places for like 110, 150, 175, 95. And the guys at Conarock, which again, it appeared everything was going to be fine. Guess what? They're charging the same thing, except they have a hell of a lot more available for rent. So, but the reviews at the Primavera, because Primavera has 3 pools in the community that you walk around to. They have a basketball court. They have a little gazebo with barbecue grills and things like this on 2 of the pool areas. Just those little amenities, never mind the soccer field and the other stuff, still not built out yet. But the reviews say we love the amenities just off of those things. So you can imagine if somebody walks up to the sports complex and they go, hey, you got to pay whatever, $10 a person or 15 or 20, whatever the case may be, that would not be a good thing. And once again, it hasn't been set in stone, but I just like the fact there's 2 other projects that came out. They're not as close to downtown, but they have 10 times more amenities and they cost the same. And again, once the person's on the compound, they get all the amenities. There's no discrepancy. So that's all I'm saying. All right. So hopefully that helps out. But let me know what the furniture prices were. Eric, let's go. When you say the hotel at Vista Cana, do you refer to the towers? Because the construction already started on that. I just saw a video the other day from September. No, I'm not referring to the towers. No, they were actually supposed to have a hotel complex. The towers was also the towers. And then where they have the Vista Cana Business Center, I think that's where the hotel was supposed to be. Then they changed it into the Vista Cana Business Center. And then remember, they said that there's going to be a mall across the way from the Vista Cana Business Center. So no, the tower in itself was already going to be there. And then, in fact, you know, I might even have the original hotel plans for that, because that was part of the thing. And that's what I was asking about in 2020 was the fact I was like, okay, so that's the hotel over there. And they were like, yeah, that's the hotel. I was like, all right, cool. Because that means people are going to go down to Vista Cana and they're going to charge people either to get in or allow them in and then let them go and pay for some of the amenities. Like, hey, you want to go to the beach? You got to pay, right? That's what I was thinking. Or it's included in a pack or something. I was thinking there's revenues coming in. So I was excited. And then when I find out, wait, there's no revenues coming in, I'm like, holy smokes, that's not good. But I'm just saying there may or may not. This is still up in the air, but I know little tidbits of some things that Vista Cana said, where they said the sports complex and the Vista Cana Beach Club, they're admittedly saying it's going to be a third party. Vista Cana themselves are not running it. So that indicates to me, are those third parties, why would they run it if they're not going to charge? So that's what I'm thinking. And Vista Cana themselves not just up and saying, hey, Eric, you know what? You don't have to pay for the sports complex and the Vista Cana Beach Club, but you are going to have to pay for the green fees. They did say you have to pay the green fees, everybody. So they said, even if you're an owner, you're paying the green fees for that 9-hole golf course. So I had no problem. I'm like, okay, all golf courses, but you guys should have said this from the get-go. I said, so now and so I backed up the question with them saying, okay, do we have to pay for the sports complex and the beach club? And they're just like, ignored it. They're like, well, no, but you got to pay for the golf. I'm like, hey, wait. So I sent them back another message going, hey, what about the other 2 places? Because I'm going to have guests there. It's not good enough for me to be able to get through. I need to know if my guests can go in there. And they gave me no answer. So I was like, okay, but the answer is third party operation. A third party is not going to come in there if they're not going to get paid. And you're not going to be able to arrange something with freaking 20 different projects in there, 20 different project management. I mean, like Panorama has like 4, maybe 5 places eventually. But all I'm saying is, out of all these complexes in there, Nobody's going to be able to go to each one and say, hey, your HOA fees are going to include you guys, but not include these guys. That's going to be crazy. So I'm thinking they're going to charge. That's all I'm saying. Or owners will be in the system. Guests have to pay. Let me know what you think, or if you guys heard any difference, but that was as of 2 weeks ago. They still haven't answered. They will not answer that question, but it doesn't matter. It has something to do with, I'd be willing to wait another year or two. And I'm anticipating a few other things as well, since we're talking about mortgage rate and housing. And this is Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, no credit check, no qualifying pre-construction condos where you can lock in your price. But if you do, make sure you look at your contract to see how much they can raise your price due to inflation. Some contracts say up to 10%. Some contracts say nothing at all, but we can add it up to the material cost, which was like Christopher, where it was 30%, 40% price increases. So that is significant. So pay attention. And just like in America, what's happening with pre-construction, where the developers are able to back out, they don't have those contracts yet. But just make sure, if you do have a contract, make sure you are checking on if they can raise the price. And this is what Elizabeth was talking about. She hasn't received a new contract yet to find out, but it was 5 or 7%. I just can't remember the number. It might have even been 6%, but nonetheless, whatever you bought it for, just go on the high side, 7%, because they can raise it to 10%, but previous people didn't get 10%. They only raised it to 5, 6, or 7%. So that's not bad. And let me know what you got at Panorama Lake. That would be awesome. Let me know. I'm looking up to see if I have the towers, because then I could have showed you what that was. But it looks like I don't have the towers. No, I don't have the towers. Yeah, so hopefully that answers the question. All right. Hopefully that answers the question. And Maria Barnes, yeah, that's it. It was supposed to be up by the towers. In fact, like I said, when I was there, I kept pointing at that concrete structure and saying, oh, is that going to be the hotel over there? And the realtors were always saying, oh, yeah, that's the hotel. I said, okay. I said, it looks a little different than the pictures. Looks like it would be across the street, but okay. And then it turns into Vista Cana Business Center. Well, Vista Cana Business Center, that doesn't bring in revenue for all of Vista Cana. I was thinking, like I said, it's a disappointment for me to think this. It's a disappointment for me to think, but Vista Cana is still going to be off the charts because they're going to have a second beach area. All right. Who knows what's going to be at the second beach area after they've figured out what they're doing on the first. All right. So let me get back to Rashad Anderson talking about the low prices and all that, and everything's going to be fine. Let's move back into these mortgages and the mortgage rates, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out. Let's get back into this a little bit. I am going to show this here because this is just temporary. This is temporary, what I'm showing right here. This here is, got everything all, let me go move this stuff out of the way. Mortgage rates top 7% for the first time in over 20 years. That is significant. Once again, you have to understand the power of the interest rate. They have it at 7.08%. This was yesterday. It's 7.32 today. Now, some people are saying, oh, it'll probably go down next week under 7 again. Okay, it could. But the fact that it's hovering around 7 with a pending 0.5 or 0.75 interest rate hike by the Federal Reserve, it's definitely going to be in the 7s. No way around it. But should you buy a house that's overpriced still? That's the question. No way in hell should you. You should be sitting back, relaxing, stacking, saying, okay, let me wait for 2 or 3 years. Not 2 or 3 years. Let me wait about 6 to 12 months. Let's see what happens. All right. And 3 rate hikes. We'll see what happens after 3 rate hikes. That's about 6 months or less. Then you should start looking. And all the way, in case you're new here, you guys know, go to your Zillow, go get everything in order. Go to Zillow and save some of those homes where you want to live. They're overpriced right now. But just imagine if they do go down 40, and I think it's going to be below that, 50 or 60%, would you buy then? That's why you want to keep track of it, because you'll get notifications when there's price drops. You'll also get notifications when there's something in the area that recently is sold. And those kind of things are going to come in handy, because you're not going to panic. You're going to sit there and realize, okay, this thing has dropped. And you can actually go look at the price and the listings, because it gives you a price. So it'll tell you, even if you see a price 6 months from now and it says 500,000, you can go look under one of the columns in Zillow and see how many times the listing price was reduced. So that'll give you an idea. Has this dropped 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% or not? All right. So that's the $1 million question. Now, back to what Rashad was saying. Here's something that's very interesting. Here's what's going to happen, because it's already started happening. There's just no way around it. No way around it. So I'm going to Lennar. Let's see. I'm in Houston, Texas. Texas is an anomaly because the prices went up so dramatically over the years. And this isn't going to even be in the Austin area. But last week, we had something that dropped. I think it was in the mid fours, and it dropped like 20, 22 or 23%. So they're nickel and diming people over here in Houston, right? 335 to 280. That's still like 10%. 323 to 275. Oh, that's like 15%. 533 to 425. That's 108,000. That's 20%. So here it is. These drops are coming. So this right here is the reason why somebody would say, hey, there's low demand or low amount of homes available. People are still going to buy. Well, this proves right here, these guys aren't dropping homes $100,000, $50,000, $60,000, brand new for nothing, pissing off the neighborhood. Because you can imagine somebody who bought this particular model, which I'm sure there's a lot of people, 2,900 square feet, 533,000, and they go down the street and they find out somebody bought that house for 425. They're looking at it like, damn, I put down 20%, 100,000, and my loan is more than what some new person is going to buy this house for. My loan is 430. Can you imagine? After you put down 100 G's, you'd be sitting there like, damn, guess I bought too soon. How can I get out of this? You can't. That would not be cool. None of this is going to be cool. If somebody bought this 781,000 model and it went down to 715, not going to be happy. Not going to be happy, because they're going to sit there and go, I put down 140 G's. Or even if they put down 70 G's at 10%, 80 G's, they're saying, damn, my loan is almost as much as what they're selling these for. This is not good. 622, another 80 G drop. Not good. Not good. Now, I'm going to go to, this is interesting. I'm going to go up here in the great region, and I'm doing this because of Real Estate Mindset. I love what he talks about. I love what he does. I found somebody that actually knows what they're talking about here on YouTube. He's actually using statistics and numbers and things. And here we go with these high priced properties in the West, right? This is crazy. And in fact, let me get my behind out of here. Let's see. Let's go. Yes, Eric, it does. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, cool. Here we go. Now, this is interesting. Nothing major. They're saying, oh, no, we're not going to do anything crazy here, $10,000. Okay, they can keep doing all that nonsense. Here we go, $100,000 drop. Now, this is an $800,000 house. So 100,000, that's only like 10, 11%. That's nothing major. But imagine, once again, somebody sitting there going, damn, I just bought this house like 3 months ago, 4 months ago, and now it's 100,000 less. 70,000. What is this? This is nonsense. 20 grand, 25 grand. Here goes 90,000. So here goes almost 100,000. So nobody's over here, or there may be somebody coming in saying, yes, I'll buy this at 579.90. But again, the demand has slowed down. So people are not sitting here going, I'm going to buy this. And imagine all the builders are in the same situation. Never mind, keep in mind, oh, look at this. 681,000 is now 569. Imagine this. Lennar, Toll Brothers, Pulte, all these guys are building, right? US Homes, well, they were bought out. But all these builders and independent builders, they're all having to do price decreases because there's no demand for these new homes. And because of interest rates, new home prices can't happen. This here is crazy. Again, I put down 100 and damn near 40 G's, and my loan is like 540, 545. And they're selling this at 569. This is crazy. And this is going to drop. This is going to sit here. It's not like people are, and you have to remember affordability factors. So again, all these price cuts, this is just the beginning. Wait till next month and the next couple months. There's going to be some sales going on. So I just wanted to show you this as well. And I will also get into, here's what some mortgage rates look like. All right. This is what they look like if you can get them. I just went to bank rate. Okay, let's go with, I'm going to put in something else. Let's go to 7%, as they say, but not really. 7.12%, 7.11. But here it is. Loan Depot, 6.7. But you got points to pay. This is 550,000, ladies and gentlemen, putting down 20%, which is 110,000. You need a 740 credit score. And you're going to pay some points on it, 9 G's. So, okay, that's interesting. So, all right, 560 then. But nonetheless, here's another 7.25, 7.489. That's 7.5. So everybody who believes that the new homes won't be, furthermore, it's not only immune to new homes, it's any home. Remember, new homes cost just as much as other homes that are going to be for sale in the neighborhood. So they're all going to be priced the same. So what's going to happen? New home builders are going to feel like, you know, they're the cream of the crop. They're going to sit there and be like, oh yeah, we're going to charge more than the older homes. But then they're going to have to come down, and then that's going to cascade down the other homes. All right. So that just gives you an idea of what's going to happen. But here it is. Points, 10,000. And allegedly the mortgage is going to be 3 G's a month. That's 9. Well, yeah, 9 G's. So you guys can start doing the numbers. $110,000, $120,000, $130,000. That's for a $550,000, putting down 20%. And again, here's 7.8. So it's not lying, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be at 8% next month. We're already at 8%. What am I saying? You have a lower credit score, you're already at 8%. All right. Under a 740, you're at 8%. And then, in fact, there's some lenders now that are doing 8%. already. These guys are asking for points to stay under 8%. This is insane. $10,000 extra to do the loan, and this is crazy. So this gives you an idea of what's coming. And this applies for everybody. If you're out here looking for a new house. Now, these are just a few of the lenders. Lenders are going to be going out of business, by the way. Not all lenders are going to be getting their points. They're not going to be getting their loans. They're not going to get them funded. So you're going to have a rash of mortgage lenders leaving the party. All right? There's going to be a consolidation of sort by subtraction. So the mortgage rates, they're exploding, and in 2 weeks, they're going to be higher. And it's going to come the day where these are going to be 8%. And so what are we going to do? You guys know. We have some things to do, right? We got to go check out our trusty Google mortgage calculator, right? So let me know, Rashad. We're going to actually, the beauty of everything is we get to find out later. Oh, here we go, Rashad. This is the man that I want in the house if you're still here. Look who's in the house. Wilson Koo is here, our resident mortgage lender, business lender, real estate lender. He's here. Wilson Koo, welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream where it's him in the house with the icon. And thank you so much for being here. And he brings his tagline, good evening, Mr. Bird and SSN family. He has the 100% facts. He sells money. He's a lender, ladies and gentlemen. If you need a loan, this is the man. QuickEasyFunds.com. That's QUIK. E as in Eric, Z as in zebra, funds.com. You can reach him that way, or you can send me an email, support@stopstrugglingnow.com, and then I will send your information to Wilson Koo. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't this a beautiful thing? We're 1 hour in. Please smash that like button. And Wilson Koo, let us know what you're seeing in the mortgage lending business for first-time home buyers. Let them know what the numbers are. I believe you're probably seeing 8%, and we're talking about no points. I'm talking about no points loan. I don't like these points things. We're talking about no points loans. Let me know what the number is right now. Let everybody know what the number is. All right, Wilson Koo showing some love, ladies and gentlemen. Evening at Laverne P, Maria B, Curtis D, Elizabeth G, Rashad A is in the house. Maria Barnes says, good evening, Mr. Koo, showing some love back, as well as Mr. Financial. Wilson Koo, hello, brother. All right. Evening, Tuesday, it will go up again after the feds drop some goodies for their bank colleagues. Exactly, Wilson Koo. It's going to be over. Let us know. Are we in the 8 territory as far as you have it, with no points to pay down the interest rate? So a 0.5 or points, whatever. Once again, I get annoyed with paying down to get a reduced interest rate, because once you get into 7%, 7.1, 6.9, that little extra 0.3, 0.2 is not going to matter in the overall scheme of things. Might as well just keep the money in your pocket, and that'll be at least 3 or 4 months worth of payments, or your first monthly payment to pay down on the principal, just to overpay, and wait a year or two, and then the interest rates will start coming back down, and just refinance your way down. And make sure the loan you get has no points on the exit if you can get it. All I'm saying, if you have to sell within 2 years or 1 year, whatever they'll let you get away with, ask for it, ladies and gentlemen. When you get a loan, try and see, because they're going to put in the poison pills going, we want an extra 2 points on the exit, on the sale. So just make sure you ask for it. Make sure you look through the docs, whoever's checking it out. If you sell your house before 2 years or 3 years, whatever, you don't want to see something in there talking about they're acting like they're your agent, right? You don't want to sit there and sell your house for $600,000 and then find out you got to give these guys 12 G's. That would be crazy. And then you got to give your agent 18 G's. That's 30 G's. That's crazy. That's all I'm saying, right? You don't want to have them surprises. So whatever loan, whoever you go through, you want to have the minimal fees on entry and exit. And then later on, you guys have heard me say this before, when you refi, you want to make sure no points paid on the exit or entry if you can avoid it. It's hard to do, but more specifically on the exit. You don't want them being a partner. They're not out here trying to sell your house for you, right? You don't want to be giving these guys any extra cash. They already funded you. They got their money. They're getting the interest. They're selling the paper. They should be good. I'm not giving you extra. So I don't, again, when I used to do loans, I would always say I want zeros. I'm not paying fees. So give me whatever the best loan is, 0 fees. And the difference between 1 or 2 percentage points, or shall I say 0.1, 0.3, 0.4, that's insignificant, especially when you're long-term and you know how the government works. They're going to reduce the interest rates, ladies and gentlemen. How fast can they get it down to 3.9, 3.5? Who knows? But you want to be in position to buy a home starting as possibly as soon as 6 months from now. And prices will drop dramatically due to the fact we'll be at 9 or 10% by then. But Wilson Koo is going to tell us right now. He's going to let us know. Wilson Koo, what's the latest this week? What's the interest rate on the mortgages? Yes, we are in that area now. Oh, 8%, ladies and gentlemen. And the trick is not to lose the value you agreed upon for the sale. See, this is exactly it. Tell it like it is, Mr. Koo. Tell it like it is. Here's what's happening. What he means by this, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly, in fact, he might be explaining it. If appraisal value before close is less than the price you agreed, you need to have the difference. See, this is exactly what's happening, Rashad. Everybody else, I'm letting you guys know this is the deal. It's real out here in the field. Everybody's thinking, oh, no, there's going to be demand. There's not going to be any big deal. Yeah, but guess what? Home prices are going down, and Wilson Koo said it best. I was buying the house, and it did appraise for $500,000. But over the course of the 30 to 60-day close, they get another appraisal, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This ain't 1980. This isn't 1995. This isn't 2000. They do a second appraisal because home values are dropping. So if they go back to the neighborhood and they find out you're getting a loan for 500 G's, and all of a sudden they find out the appraisal is not 500 G's anymore, it's 450, you still want your 500 G mortgage? You're not getting it. I'm just saying, you're going to have to pay the difference. Now you're going to have to come out of pocket the difference or walk away, lose some penalty. So this is why it's danger, ladies and gentlemen. Do not catch a falling knife. So back to the Rashad Anderson viewpoints. This is what I keep saying Rashad. It's Rashad. But anyhow, sorry about that. But back to that viewpoint. He's not the only one. I'm just picking on him because he's here tonight. But quite frankly, people do have that point of view. They've always had that point of view. They've been sitting there for the whole time. People are saying, oh, BlackRock's, they have a slightly different way. BlackRock's going to go buy, or another hedge fund is going to go buy. And I'm like, no, they're not. No, they're not. They're just going to sit back and watch this thing blow up, implode. They're in the business of making money. They're not in the business of bailing people out. They get the bailout money. They don't bail your ass out or anybody else's. They're going to sit there and get the scraps. And the reason why they're going to wait is because they have the capital to wait. They don't need these houses to go down. In fact, it's a headache to own homes. Somebody has to do the upkeep. Somebody has to actually go by and turn on the water and turn on the sprinklers every now and then. There's maintenance to be done. So you don't want to have single family homes spread out across America. That's crazy. So that's the whole reason. But that kind of thinking that means a person might buy a house right now, which is not advisable. So again, thank you for pointing that out, Wilson Koo. I had to leave this up on the screen because a lot of people don't understand that this is what's going on in the real world. Home prices are declining and people are going to the table and they're going, no, it's that $500,000 house is now 475. And how do you think the lenders are thinking too? The lenders are thinking, man, after I give him his loan for this value, the price is probably going to go down. This is risky at this point. As mortgage rates explode, risk incurs, because now this is going to lead to a situation where all the people that bought, let's just say in the last year, because remember, 72% of the people who bought in the last year have buyer's remorse. The reason why? Because they are in this camp. They lost 5, 10, 15, 20, 30% of their house value. They owe more on their mortgage than the value of their house. They're underwater. Not all 72%, but this is why a lot of them have buyer's remorse, because they overpaid. Remember, people were outbidding the asking price. So a lot of people, a $500,000 house was listed. They ended up paying $550, $560, more than the appraised value. And so you can imagine a 10% drop after you buy for $550. You have a mortgage for $450, and now all of a sudden the house is worth $450. But you gave up 100 G's for a down payment. So again, this starts messing with people. And if the house drops to 400 or 375, now all of a sudden people are like, okay, I'm not going to be paying no $3,000 a month. I'll just walk away. That's what happened before. It's going to happen again. But Wilson Coos telling us some other stuff. Shorten the closing period. Yes, this is expected as well because of this exact thing. The shortening of the closing period is so month to month, we're finding decrease in prices. So just because you got appraised for the $500,000 home, 30 days from now, 490, 485. This is how rapidly this is falling. And it's about to happen the next 3 months. We're about to have 2 more price increases for the mortgage rates. So if you think 8% is crazy, it's about to be 9% in about 3 months. All right. So now what? And that's $900 for every $100,000 for your mortgage. And that doesn't even include your insurance, property taxes, none of that. So your paper is going to be $900 per 100,000. So when somebody starts going, I want a $400,000 house, and that's going to cost them, even right now, some people are going to be spending $3,200 or something, $3,400, $3,600. You have to make over 10 G's, $120,000, $140,000, depending on your bills, $150,000, somewhere in there, household income. There's only a select few people that can afford that. See, so this fallacy about there's a limited amount of homes and there's going to be enough buyers, it's not going to happen. It's not going to work like that. Nobody's going to be trying to buy a $400,000 house and have a 9% or a 9.3% mortgage interest rate. That's like, you might as well just call yourself paying around $4,400 a month after you throw in some taxes, after you throw in some insurances, after you throw in the upkeep and maintenance, HOAs in a lot of places. You can easily add on $400, $500, $600, $700 a month. So you're going to be in that $4,000, $4,200 a month price range. That's no joke. Traditionally, you would have to pay, you have to make like 12 G's, 140, 170. So not that many people make that much. And not that many people are going to be out here looking to buy a house right now when the interest rates are that high. They would have bought the house 2 years ago when the interest rate was 3.9, 3.5, 3.4, 2.8. They wouldn't have been buying now, and they would have bought before now. As it crept to 4, 4.2, they wouldn't be waiting until it got to 8%. So all I'm saying is I don't think there's going to be enough buyers on this high-priced interest rate. We're going to find out real fast. Bank reserves the right to get an appraisal for closing. Exactly. It's mandatory now. The seller won't let you off the hook easily. Exactly. I want that penalty. Exactly. You guys, it's cold out here. You guys think all this thing about buying a home is all rosy. Actually, it's not. It's a liability when you really look at it. The only reason I'm advocating to get a home now, I never have this whole time, is because you're able to do something that's about to happen next year that you couldn't have done any other way other than if you got something in 2009, 10, or 11. You're going to be in the same position, except it's not going to take 10 years to blow the roof off. What's going to end up happening is it's going to be a shorter time frame. So if you're able to get rock bottom prices or close to 50 to 60% off prices, you can wait 5 years. You can wait 3 years until they wind back down the federal funds rate to where there'll be mortgages at 3.5. Home prices would skyrocket. But that's the reason why your appreciation would be off the charts. I'm saying it right now. You guys, I got to make a video. Eric says, I got to make another one because a lot of people are in disbelief. They don't believe these kind of things. That's what's going to happen. So here it is, 2022. You can buy a house starting in about 6-7 months in 2023 out till 2024. And then they're going to start bringing the rates down at the end of next year, probably, or somewhere, maybe even a year from now. So then it takes about 2 years to ramp back up as they keep dropping it down every 3 months, 4 months. And so then they'll get it down to a number. Then the prices will start skyrocketing again. But you would have bought it the 60% level, 50% level. So what does that look like? You guys know what we do here. Laverne Penix, Mr. Cool. Good evening, Mr. Cool. Here we go. 20% of value of home. The government flooded the market with new money. You can wait 10 years or exactly. Mr. Financial saying exactly right. It's not going to, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy. So I'm going to do something here that I rarely have done. I've shown this before. I've had a person on, I don't know if he's telling me, but there might be a person that disagrees with me. Like I said, it's one of them guys, real estate mindset. I couldn't tell by his comment back when I was explaining something to him, and he says, which I don't know if he was talking to me or not, but he says, no, this isn't the way it goes. And I'm like, okay, numbers don't lie, but here's how it's going to go for people here in the SSN Nation. Now, I will do this again because the average home price was the median, not average. The median home price just about 3 months ago was around 500,000, 480,000. Okay, look, this is 3.92. All right. So I'm just trying to point out that a person who bought a year ago and has like 3.92, let's say, his mortgage or his loan payment, 2,364, right? So I'm saying if we go to 50%, I will go to 250,000. We go to 50%. And the interest, let's call it, I'll go to 8. So we're at 1834. And by the way, I didn't pay attention. But this is the thing. That's $2,364. If we go to 250, and again, we go to 8, we're at 1,800. We go to 9, we're at 2,000. We're still below what somebody bought a $500,000 house for. Some people are like, okay, that's 9%. That's outrageous. Yes, it is outrageous. But guess what? I owe, well, I'll just say 250 on the loan. We'll just keep it at 0%, whatever. But I owe 250. I'm paying 2,000. A guy bought the house for 100% more. So he's bought a house for 500, but his mortgage, he owes more than the house is worth, and he pays more than me, even at 9%. So if a house does drop 50%, I'm still going to be fine. I'm paying less. Now, here's the thing that what I don't understand is the second phase of this. as the Federal Reserve reduces the interest rate, and let's just say I'm going to wait till it gets down to 6, right? This is $14.99. So I'm just going to refi. I'll just refi for my loan amount. So now I'm down to $1,500. The person that bought for $500 at 3.92, you still can't do anything. And not only that, there's nothing they can do at this point. And if this price went down to 4, now I'm paying $1,194. The other guy, he's still paying $2,300, and his house isn't worth $500. Although at this point, his house may be worth $500 again. But the point I'm trying to make is the second phase. This is chess, not checkers. The second phase, if the interest rate gets down to 4%, everybody here in the SSN Nation, any new people that's watching now, here's the beauty. The beauty is if it gets down to 4% again, how much do you think a $250,000 house that used to be $500,000 is going to be worth? Here's where the next thing comes. Eric says the house is going to be worth more than $500,000. It's probably going to be worth $600,000 this time. So now you have life-changing money sitting in equity. That life-changing money of $200,000-$300,000, maybe more, you could actually then tap into that and actually buy something that returns you and some money on your investment. And I'm not talking about risky stuff. We're talking about safe, right? We're talking about an actual buying some asset that gives you an actual return that's going to pay for you to take that extra cash out. All right. So just keep that in mind. That's the other side of this. This isn't just one way. It's thinking 6 months later. 6 years later, 4 years later, 3 years later. And every time when you get into a refinance situation, in fact, we have Mr. Wilson Koo here. Wilson Koo, I want to know something right now. Actually, Wilson Koo, tell me something if you're still here. When the interest rates last year were down, or the year and a half ago, when you were doing refis, can you remember anything? When you were doing refis, were they adding any points on the refis, or were they just happy to do the refis because there were so many people doing refis because the price was going up? Let me know if that's still a thing. See, we can do quantitative analysis here, thanks to Mr. Wilson Koo, and you never know who's in the house here, ladies and gentlemen. Curtis Davis, 20%. Oh, yes, he's already had this one. 20% of value of home. The government flood the market with new money. You can wait 10 years, or that's right. Or when Americans lose 30% in home equity and lose 30% in stock portfolio wealth, people start exiting the housing game. Exactly. That's exactly right. And actually, some people have already lost, 30% in home equity in certain markets, not in all. In fact, you know what? There's something that's going to be unplanned here. I'm going to go to one of the largest housing markets or increased housing markets in America. And you know what it was? That little town, Austin, Texas. Elon Musk showed up over there. So what's going on here? Let's see if we can get there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go look at Austin, Texas. Let's go see what's been happening over there. I'm curious. What about you? In fact, we don't have to be real curious right now, but I'm always curious to find out what's going on. Let's see here. We have some killers in the house again that I got to block up. Okay. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Wilson Koo. I appreciate this. He says it right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is what's going on. The points are added if they see a risk before the refi because the client's debt load. See, this is exactly it right here. I agree. This is what's going down, ladies and gentlemen. This is what's going down. So he's saying, depending on your debt load, which is actually what's happening, they're going to add points because they have to. Now, the exit is the question. On the exit sale, what are we getting? That's the $1 million question, right? All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this. Homes for me. What the heck? I'm going to the high price homes. You know they have these $1 million homes over there now. That little sleepy area of the country. Look at this. What the heck's going on here? 18 mil for a 4,000 square foot pad. 8,000 square foot pad. All right. Let's see here. What do we have going on? 250 days. Price cut. 850,000, 10% for that guy. I'm looking for price cuts. 300,000. Okay, he's not messing around just but a little bit. That's nothing. That's not anything really. The other guy, 850, that's significant. Here goes 1.6. That's like 20%. It's still sitting here after a month. Nobody's rushing in to go save them or bail them out. 500,000 won't cut it. I'm looking for price reductions. 177 days. This is high end. Let's get out of the high end territory, shall we? How many homes are in here for sale? Let's do some parameters. Let me do something here. We don't want. Why don't we wait? Let's do this parameter here. 2010. We'll shut it down to 2010. We'll go with price under. Well, no. We'll go max. Why don't we go 1.5? All right. Let's see what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. Price cut 100. Price cut 50. Price cut 130. So people are doing like less than 10%. But this is outrageous. 2,000 square foot house for 1.5 mil. That's worse than Cali. Well, no, not really. San Francisco, LA, probably along the same lines. This is interesting. Nothing crazy. There's way too many homes for over $1 million there now. Good grief. This is crazy. So these guys are still in denial. They're saying 50,000. That's like 2%. That's nothing. 57,000 on over $1 million pad. That's nothing. See, this is why there's still inventory, but only certain people can qualify for these homes. Why don't we go a different route? I'm going to get into something a little more reasonable. How about under 7? Oops, sorry. Under 8. We'll do it that way. Okay. And we'll go down to 200. How about that? All right, here we go. Still in denial in Austin, Texas, 25%, 25,000. Maybe they did some others. But this is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. The mortgage rates are going to affect all this. 8 hours. Somebody's going 1,000 square foot house. I want to sell it for 800 G's. Let me out now. Jesus Christ. This is insane. This is insane. This is crazy looking at these prices, ladies and gentlemen. So somebody's looking at this going, wait, these prices are this much in Austin, Texas? Yes. 1,700 square feet unit A. These are like townhomes for 800 G's. These are condos for 800 G's, for Christ's sakes. And you guys thought Cali was bad. Holy smokes. I didn't even realize. I've never actually looked at this. Here's new construction, 2,700 square feet, 772 grand. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is too crazy. Little bitty price cuts. 15 grand. Nobody wants to take their prices down. Look how many homes are for sale in the 200 to 800K range. This is outrageous. 866 agent listings just on Zillow. 45 others. Jesus. Wow. All right. Well, this is going to be very interesting too. So I'm going to do something else. We'll play because the mortgage rates explode. Please smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. All right. The points are added. There we go. Look who's in the house tonight. Gary White is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Very, very happy to see you once again with the icon next to your name. Thank you so much. And he says, good evening, SSN family. Let's get it is his tagline. We're trying to make it happen, Gary White, making things work. And Wilson Koo says, he's showing some love. Evening at Gary White. Yes, thank you so much. All right, 1 hour, 36 minutes in. Please smash the like button. And I was doing something else in the background. So I'm bringing back on Lennar because I'm very, very curious because Austin Market, remember, they have Tesla moving over there. So once again, that little factory, that could possibly be keeping up a little demand over there in Austin, Texas. So this brings us up to Austin, Texas. I'm going to go over here and check out Lennar. I'm just curious because the sellers over there, they only wanted to take their house down 25 G's. But look at this. This is incredible. You got the freaking Lennar dropping their prices below the Zillow prices, down under their 700 and some odd thousand prices for condos. And these guys are over there selling for $699 for a 2,700 square foot house. And they've already dropped the price about 95 G's. So they dropped it more than what a home buyer's dropping it. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. So home buyers are going to have to start, or sellers are going to have to start making decisions. Here goes $1 million pad. That's a little crackerjack. This is like LA. 2185. This is like the Bay Area, San Francisco. $1 million for 2,000 square feet. Although in San Francisco, $1 million for 1,000 square foot house. This right. Oh, look at this. It was 965. They dropped it down to the neighborhood, 799, where all these rich people live. How much was that? That was, wait, that's 165,000. That's about 15%. This is what's going to actually happen. But they're just priced perfectly in that market because they don't want to take their prices down. Well, Lennar is going to have an issue once people in the neighborhood start going, okay, we can't afford, we can't sell. But as long as they have that giga or some factories and other companies moving over there, they'll still have an influx of people, but only a certain amount of people can buy. And they have way too many homes. They have 1,000 homes on the market for sale. And more when you include the new home builders. That's a lot of homes at 8%. All right, so that was it, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to go over this. All right. Great to be back, Mr. Koo. All right, very nice to see you. Thank you so much. Gary White's in the house. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody else here who believes that home prices will not drop down with interest rates increasing? Let me know if you're in that camp because, hey, everybody has an opinion. That's fair enough. There's no wrong opinion until we get further information. But we do know right now, prices are dropping. Wilson Koo knows more than anybody is when somebody comes to you and says, hey, I need a loan. And then you say, okay, we can fund you. And then you're sitting there going, we're going to fund you for $600,000 through this lender. And then the lender, all of them are going to say, okay, we need that appraisal a week before closing. Otherwise, we can't fund it. And he knows more than anybody that 30 to 60-day window, all of a sudden there's a decrease in the appraisal value. That's all you need to know. And after this next week, it's going to keep going that way. You're not going to want to have a closing that's going to be past 2 weeks if you can get it that close. You don't want even a 30-day, because it's going to change in 30 days. Prices are going to drop even more. So you're going to find yourself with these exploding interest rates. It's going to be in the 8% in 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Instead of 7.32, it's going to bona fidely be at 8% for a freaking person with a 750, 760 and up credit score. Never mind if you have a 680. Never mind if you have a 720. This is going to get crazy. And pay points. This is crazy. So if you believe that things are just going to stay the same, or there's going to be an influx of people buying, there will not be. There's just no way. It's unsustainable. Because some people are going to be at 8%, 7.89. Some people are going to be at 8.3, 8.5. There's just no way. Some people might be at 8.7 at the end of January. Somebody might be at 9%. They're already at 9% in Canada. So I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, it's coming. And around the world, all central banks are increasing their federal fund rate. The United States is no different. All right, just keep that in mind. This is a worldwide economic situation. Now, we're going to get into something else that some people aren't thinking about. Leah Dennis is in the house from New Jersey. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. She has the icon next to her name. So thank you so much for being here. And good evening, Eric B. and SSN fam. 100% facts. That's what we deal in around here. Thank you so much for being here. And once again, with the icon, which means he's a member of the channel. That's right. In the chat room, you see that $sign? That's how you become a member of the channel. Members of the channel can join me on screen anytime and discuss anything they want to talk about. Also, they also receive 1 or 2 videos specifically for them from me per month. They also get special messages under the community tab specifically for them. So that's part of it. So again, thank you so much, everyone with the icon being a member. I appreciate it. Now, after that excitement that Leah Dennis is in from New Jersey, which again, I went to the Northern Burlington Junior, Senior High School in Jersey. Get around. I went there temporarily. So on the East Coast. So you guys see East Coast, West Coast. Just never. Oh, yeah. I lived in the Midwest for minutes. I couldn't deal. But yeah. So, East Coast, West Coast, North, South, in between. The United States is an interesting country. That's all I can say. All right, ladies and gentlemen. There's some other things people don't think about. And here's this is another thing that has to do with Rashad Anderson. Here's something that you may think about if you're in that camp where you think everything's going to be fine. Here's the reason why it's not going to be fine. And lower demand is going to happen. And for some reason, you may think that the amount of homes that are available means that there's going to be still demand. Well, here's something else to consider, ladies and gentlemen, as mortgage rates explode. Did you ever think about when Open Door, Zillow, BlackRock's, other hedge funds, REITs are out here buying single-family homes? Did you ever think about how they actually pay for these homes? They're not really trying to spend their investors' money that they receive from their REITs or from their stock prices, right? So what do you think they're doing, a lot of them, which you would do the same thing? Because if I can go to the feds and say, hey, man, I want to buy 100 homes in a neighborhood, and they're going to go, okay, no problem. That's 100 times whatever, and we need, $100 million. Well, all they're going to do is say, hey, man, how much is the federal fund rate? Oh, it's only 1.5%. Well, hell yeah. Give me that $100 million loan. guess what? The loan is based on the value of the properties that they're buying, the appraised value. 2 years ago, 20% more, 40% more is now. 2 years ago, they bought these properties that you guys now say $500,000. They bought for $400,000, $375,000. They were outbidding people. So let's just go with 400, 420. What's happening now when they borrowed against, and now the price of the property value has went down? In the stock world, that's going to be called a margin call. Same type of stuff is going to happen when they say, hey, man, that $100 million inventory is only worth $85 million now. We gave you a loan based on a $100 million evaluation. Somebody, you're going to have to kick us some money, or you're going to have to sell something. You're going to have to do something. Now you understand homes are still going to be put back on the market for sale because they're not stupid. They're going to say, hell yeah, we better sell this stuff. Why don't we take the profits? Why are we going to wait till the price drops back down? So you guys forget about there's derivatives all over the place. So don't sleep on the derivatives, ladies and gentlemen. So if anybody thinks that home prices somehow are going to stay the same or even drop just 10 or 15 or 20%, that ship has already sailed. Prices have already dropped 20, 25% in a lot of locations. Just hasn't went to 40 to 50% yet, or bona fidely 30, but it will in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Things are going to start popping off at the end of the year. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 1 hour, 47 minutes in. Again, please smash the like button. If you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. I'd greatly appreciate that. And now the mortgage rates explodes. Let me know if there's anybody else in the house that, let me know what percentage you think. Can I even, I can't leave any type of, I can't leave anything in the chat room that I want to do. I wanted to do a survey. It looks like I might have to use my phone if I want to do it, but nonetheless, we won't do it. Is there anybody here that thinks that home prices will only drop 20%? Let me know. Put a 20% in there. But before you do, does anybody think prices are going to eventually go to 50%? Put in what you think the lowest a home overall will decrease in price. Is it going to be 15, 20% where we're almost at now? Or are we going to drop eventually to 40? Are we going to drop to 50? Anybody think we're going to even drop to 60? Now, 60 is an outlier. I admit that. But you guys already know I was talking earlier this year, 40 to 60%. And then after reviewing everything, I said, nah, this is like 50 to 60. So that's why I've been going 50 to 60 lately. And a lot of people have been giving pushback, saying no way, including Rashad did mention earlier. He said no way, which again, everybody can have an opinion, but it's always fun to find out in a year or less than a year if we're correct. And we're going to all find out if we're correct, because about a year from now, it's going to be Eric says, and then people are going to go, he was wrong. He was right. But there's nothing wrong with your opinion, but you have reasons why. So again, like Rashad was saying, he said he has a reason why. He's saying, no, it's not going to go down that much because demand's going to stay high. And so there will be not that many homes for sale. There'll still be buyers. So that's the way he's looking at it. It'll offset. I disagree. The buyers won't be there because they won't be able to afford a 8.59% interest rate. So that's going to wipe a whole bunch of people off the market, especially at these prices. This isn't like 85 where homes were only 120 grand or 150 grand. This isn't that. This is homes are 3 times that amount, 4 times that amount. So it's going to be significant. 9 or 10. If they get to 10%, it's lights out. If Wilson Koo is still here, Wilson Koo, since he's in Canada, what's been happening in Canada with all those homes that just skyrocketed, like in Toronto and Edmonton and all that, where home prices went freaking 100% over the last 4, 5, 6 years. What's been happening? What's the price decreases? Where is it down to since the interest rates are near? Aren't they at 10% up there? 9.5? Let me know what's been happening with those $1.5 million shacks, literally, that people were buying. Somewhat like the Bay Area. Let us know what's the trend, because he's already ahead of the curve up there, because they've already put their interest rates are already a point or two higher than ours. So he may be able to foretell what's going to happen. And remember, they're almost along the same path that we are, a little ahead, actually, because their interest rates are higher, I believe. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. So again, I'm waiting on anybody that wants to chime in. Then we're going to end this tonight at the 2-hour mark. All right. So we have about another 9 minutes. And that's it for tonight with the mortgage rates explodes. Once again, down below in the description, Opus Virtual Office. If you're going to start a business, you guys know it's like a promo. You guys know you should have a virtual office, not at your home, but somewhere else, just for safety reasons. The world is getting crazy. So therefore, though, the beauty of Opus Virtual Office, in fact, I don't even bring it on the screen that often, but tonight I'm going to talk about it. If you're starting a business, I would highly suggest a virtual office. Whether you use Opus Virtual Office or someone else, I would highly recommend getting one. Now, but the virtues of getting Opus Virtual Office is, look at all these different places. United States, pretty much every state, Puerto Rico, Canada. All right. Now, the beauty of this is $99 a month, and that might seem like a lot, but it's a tax write-off for your business. But what makes this more valuable are certain things that occur. Here's the certain things. Live receptionist answers your phone calls 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. in the Pacific time zone, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So incoming calls answered your business name. They forward to whatever number that you designate them to forward to. Or they can forward it to what you see over here on the right-hand side, which was the voicemail. They can forward it to the voicemail box. And then the voicemail converted the email. So the message comes to your email, any voicemail message you receive. But that's important. But one of the most important is the corporate mailing address, because the locations are business addresses, commercial locations. They're not just some postal center like a UPS. There's actually people in an office. There's an actual boardroom. There's actual offices there. And you can rent the office if you have a client that needs to meet you somewhere. You can meet at the office. Don't have to go to Starbucks, even though that's accepted form of meeting these days. But you can actually pay like $25 for an hour and use the office space there. Your mail comes there, which is more important. So it's a business. Company phone number. They give you a business phone number and a business fax number. Premium call transferring, which is what I was telling you about. You can have them transfer you to a voicemail or to you. Faxes are converted to email. But here's the last important thing, but not the least: business credit building. Every time you report, or every time you make your monthly payment, they report it to your business credit file. Now, That's a good start. And if you pay for 11 months in advance, you get 12 months free. There's a link down below in the description below the video. And the administration fee of $100 is waived if you use the link, and not only use the link, there's a code, and I don't remember what the code is, but I'm about to go get it. And it's not down below, it looks like. That's weird. But here, let me reset this. I messed up. It's not down below. So you're going to have to refresh the page if you're watching this live. But you use the code, I believe it's YG1. Y is in you, G is in George, 1. That's the code. That $100 setup fee is waived. Now, if you want to talk other business related items, next stop, after you do that, after you have your virtual office, after you go to Dun & Bradstreet, next thing you do is you go over here to NAV and sign up with NAV, and they can actually get you financing, lenders. They contact you and tell you your business may qualify for lines of credit, for loans, for business. All right. So it's that simple. This is NAV. So that helps you out. A lot of you already know about this, but some people are new and watching this. I never know who's watching. So we're going to get into this. And then for startups, I believe you have to be 6 months or older. We have capital on tap. You can apply if you're in the US or if you're in the United Kingdom. Okay, built for small businesses. All right, it's that simple. Cash back, rates as low as 9.9, no annual fee. Let me see if they still have their parameters in here. Used to be 6 months. Nope, they don't have it in here right now again. Under 2 minutes apply. But again, your business should be 6 months old at least. They don't have it on here right now. So that's interesting. They used to have it. So unfortunately, nothing here. Let me see if they have it here. Business credit cards, it's more rewarding. They're using WebBank. Here we go. No annual fee. Credit loan, nope. Free employee cards. Applying under 2 minutes. Okay, so they don't say it, but it's pretty much 6 months. It can be not starting out right now, but in 6 months, then you can apply. All right, so I'm going to go by the old standard and NAV. So there's a couple of things that can help you out with your business credit and get things in order that way, ladies and gentlemen. So that makes it pretty good. All right, Leah Dennis showing some love. Good evening, she says to Wilson Koo, Curtis D, CEO. Good vibes. Leah Dennis, hello from Curtis Davis. And in case I missed it, Wilson Koo also said evening at Leah D. All right, Wilson Koo, if you're still here, this is probably going to wrap it up for the night. But let us know what's happening in Canada, what's been happening with the higher interest rates, how far down have these crazy overpriced homes in Canada come down. Let us know if anything has happened. But I already know somewhat the answer because you've already said it. People are having to have that reappraisal done, and before 30 or 60 days comes out, the price has already dropped. But how far have they traditionally, how far has it dropped so far? That's what I want to know over the last 5-6 months. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't even played any promos. And now okay, maybe I won't stop at 2 hours because we have some other things to talk about tonight. We have the debt box node. Now, there's something that happened, and apparently I didn't receive an email about it, but the guys told me, they said, hey, Eric, don't you know that they took out 10% of the Mind Rewards. Didn't you get an email? I was like, what email? No, I didn't get an email. So anyhow, what I'm trying to say is, in fact, I don't think I can invite people to the Telegram. Just a second, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to play a little commercial. And this here, this one, yeah, this is time to go get some water. I'm going to play the Napa Valley Jazz Fest. A lot of you have seen this before. SSN Lifestyle members, there's a contest going on where you can actually win tickets to this. And that is going to start November 1st. So you'll know about it. October 1st was the warning. November 1st, they'll be starting out with the actual parameters. And it's in, I can't remember the date. I think it's June. It's June, Napa Valley, California, wine country, 5-star resort stay, SSN Lifestyle. Or some people may say 4.5. But anyhow, it's 5-star in Napa with a gold package membership for 2. The gold packages now are worth about $500 a piece. The 5-star resort, if you stay there like 4 days, it's like $500 a night for something. Yeah, it's like $500 a night. So that's 2 G's. So the package is going to be worth around 5 G's for the winner of that. But you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to earn it. All right. So I'm going to play this. This is the Brian Culbertson Jazz Festival from years past. And members of SSN Lifestyle, it's the sister property. You can win tickets to go here. It's more than this. They're at a winery. They have it outside. They have different artists there. 3 days, 3 nights. You'll go to a festival where you have 3 or 4 different groups. Brian Culbertson is the main player. He plays generally every night. Then at the Westin in Napa, they have their after party, so to speak. And then during the day, if you're a gold package guy, before the concert in the evening time, in the afternoon, during lunch, all of a sudden they'll just have these impromptu concerts at the Westin and out on the patio where it's you eat in the restaurants out on the patio area, and after parties, all kind of. It's awesome, actually. They have sometimes R&B, they have jazz, and they have a few artists from different genres during the course of the 3 or 4 days. So just think about that. And here it is. This is 3 minutes. So I'm going to get myself some water. So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this, and I'll be right back, and we'll talk about some other things. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this part 2 edition of the live stream, because why not? We'll keep it going a little bit longer. We went over the Mortgage Rates Explode. If you're here and you went and started a little bit later and you get to this point, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. And click the all notification bell. I hope it helps, because oftentimes, even though you're a subscriber, they will not send out any notification to you. Even if you click the all bell notification, you may not receive notification. So again, please do at least those, and then smash the like button and share the videos, because you never know who you're going to be able to help. All right. Now, let's let's talk about a couple of things. Good evening, everyone. Wilson Koo, Leah Dennis, again, I'll go back up. Curtis Davis, we already went through that. Good vibes. And Laverne Penix, he says he's just in Las Vegas. The tickets were sold out. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He's one of the, he's considered a jazz artist, but he plays different type of music. He does a little R&B, hangs out in Chi-Town. I don't know the guy. Of course, I've been to the thing and I've met him, but it's not like he would know me. We're not like that. I don't have his phone number. You don't have mine. It's not like I have pictures with him, which I've never showed you guys. But the fact of the matter is, I don't really know him, other than he meets hundreds of people during the jazz thing, because everybody's, he takes pictures with everybody. So it's nothing major. But he's awesome. He's a good person as well. And he puts on a show. He's never skimped his own personal. Anytime he's at his own show, I've never seen him skimp. He actually comes on stage while other artists are performing. He performs with them. They perform with him when his set. It's like a beautiful thing. All the artists are hanging, doing their thing. It's awesome. So I would not be surprised this show is sold out, especially anybody that knows his music. And his music's pretty good. But then he just puts on a hell of a show, because he plays more than one instrument. So that's another factor. All right. So that makes things very interesting as well. He just doesn't play keyboards. All right. So he's unique. He's like another guy. I can't remember his name, that plays multiple instruments. A lot of these artists play multiple instruments. They're gifted. All right. So just keep that in mind. All right. I was going to go somewhere, but I lost my train of thought, because I was thinking of all the good vibes, next summer, being in Napa Valley, daydreaming, smelling the vines from the grapes, out there having some of the best wine in the world. Now, all wine in Napa isn't great, but there's some that is awesome. All right. And by the way, if there's anybody that's ever associated with Alias Wines, I need to know where you guys are hiding. All right. There's a company that used to be Alias Wines. They make some of the best wine, ladies and gentlemen. And you would think that the wine would be $40, $50 at least. But when you taste it, you're like, yep, it's worth $40, $50. In fact, let me see if I can find these guys. I'm going to do this, because I'm going to give them a little promo. Okay, so Alias Wines 2018. It looks like we can still get some Alias Wines. So I got to give them some shout out at aliaswines.com. They have a little bit different, but if you guys can find this, if you can order it, I don't know where you can get it, but if you can order it, I would highly suggest you check them out. This is how cool it is. Now, if I told you guys about Alias Wines, I'll give you a story. All right, story time, ladies and gentlemen. In case you're new here, sometimes I give stories, so I guess I might as well give stories about Alias Wines. All right, so I'll give you the shortest version I can give you. My daughter, when she was about 6 months old, she got burnt due to hot water. And little did I know at the time, of course, distressed. And all of a sudden the hospital says, "Do you know anything about Shriners Hospital?" And I was like, what are you saying? I don't know what. I've heard of Shriners, but Shriners turns out is a hospital for children that if they have these catastrophic situations, they will actually do all the surgery, bring in some of the best doctors, and for no cost for the parents, do the operations, do whatever they need. I couldn't believe it was heaven sent, because that's exactly what happened. It was a situation where at the time you can imagine a little bundle of joy burnt, and they're talking about she could possibly pass away, even though it seemingly wasn't nothing. But they were like, oh, she's burnt on like 60% of her body. She could actually die from this. So they actually did the surgery and the skin grafts and all that over not 18 years. From the time she was like 6, 7 months old for 18 years. So anything, I mean, they did it initially, but remember, she's only like this big. Then 5 years, 8 years of age, obviously you're bigger, but the scar marks are now larger. And now scars contract. They're not pliable like your skin. It contracts. So it only allows your skin to move so far. So then you start having these stress areas. Goes in for surgery, no cost, can't give them money, nothing. So here's the point that I'm trying to make with Alias Wines. So then I started having Christmas parties. Every Christmas, I would have a party at my house. And I would invite people to my party, but it was actually for Shriners to fund. Every Christmas, I would have a Christmas party to fund a charity event at my house. So I made it a charity event. I'd invite all my rich friends, and I would tell them, hey, man, I would have them come. And part of this, you guys have met him, Sean Rayford. One time, I can't remember how I even met Sean, but anyhow, I'm trying to think how I met Sean Rayford. But anyhow, Sean Rayford, how we actually met each other, I can't remember at this point in time, but he actually came to perform at one of my charity events before, years ago. So that's how me and him have a relationship based on that. And then we've just always been friendly ever since. And he's going to be at the SSN Lifestyle Conference and Party in Punta Cana, April 12th through the 16th. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be awesome. So anyhow, that's the story. Every Christmas, I would have this fundraiser for Shriners, and I would have artists there. And Alias Wines, 1 year, because I would have a, you guys have seen my bar set up. And so 1 year, Alias Wines, I can't remember where I met them at, but it was in Napa. And I was telling them about, hey, I'm going to be doing my Shriners thing. Alias Wines dropped off, I don't know how many boxes of Alias Wines. Now, remind you, these guys have award-winning wines. They're not just any old wine. They have award-winning wines. And they said, we'll send you 30 boxes. They literally sent like 20 to 30 boxes for my Shriners event during Christmas. Not only that, the other part to the Alias Wine story is they actually sent their own people there to serve my guest. And you guys are sitting there thinking, hey, what's going on? You go to most places and they're saying, here's some money, here's the pay. No, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm saying is they sent like 20, 30 boxes. They came in with their one or two people. Every guest that showed up, you didn't have to pay anything. Alias Wine said it's all on the house. Didn't have to charge, which I never charged for my parties anyhow. But they were like, we don't want any money. It's all good. And we're even going to give some of the money. If somebody wants to, I said, yeah, people can buy cases. That's fine. Is that okay? They go, yeah, we'll do it that way. Any cases or any bottles of wine people bought, they gave a portion of that to Shriners as well, to me, basically, which was awesome. And then at the end of the night, after they sold, I don't know, it was 10, 15, 20 cases. They only had a few cases left. They said, oh man, we didn't expect to sell this many cases. You know what they said? They just gave all the money to me. They didn't even take a portion. They just said, here, take all the money because this is for Shriners. That's why I give love to Alias. All right. So if you guys, they're still online, aliaswines.com. Check out some of their wine. And I'll give you story number 2. You're getting a 2-for-1 tonight. So now I'm down in New Orleans, one of my favorite places to go to just hang out for a few days, right? And so when you stay at the Avenue Plaza Resort, which is in the Garden District, it's on the St. Charles streetcar line. Next door is the number 1, number 2 rated steakhouse in all of Louisiana. They have people like Michael Jordan coming there. They have the guy that's, I can't remember, the native son that plays the piano. He's from there. He goes there too. I mean, famous people go to this place. All right. Mr. John's Steakhouse. All right. It used to be number 1, number 2 in all of Louisiana. So I'm at Avenue Plaza one day, and Avenue Plaza has a lounge area. So I'm walking through, and you can see the lounge after you turn the corner, and I see this guy lined up inside with wine. And I'm like, okay, what's going on in here? I'm a California kid. I deal with wine. I like wine. Let me go find out what they're doing in Louisiana with wine. So I'm sitting in there and doing some wine tasting, and I'm like, some of this is good. And then I give him my little feedback. And little did I know, it was he's the manager of Mr. The steakhouse. All right. So we start talking. And so I go in the next day and they're full. But this guy, the manager, which he's not the manager of any, Mr. John's Steakhouse. He's not the manager anymore. He left and went to a place that starts with a B. I just can't remember the name of it. But anyhow, I go in there and he goes, oh, it's full in here tonight. But can you believe this? This guy says, no worries. You normally have to have a reservation, but I'm going to let you have this seat over here because these people did call up and say they may or may not be coming, and I have a feeling they won't be coming. So he says, we're going to seat you tonight. So he seats me over here in a nice little spot in the corner, candle lit. It's nice. So then he comes over and talks to me, and he says, man, I appreciate your feedback. Do you have any ideas on some other kind of wines that we could have in here? And I said, man, you got to call Alias Wines. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Alias Wines, they taste like they're $40, $50, but they're only at the time, $10. You cannot tell the difference from their bottles and a $10. So what happens? The manager calls Alias. Alias ships them some wines. I'm down there about 6-8 months later. I go in and see him, not knowing about it. I just ask him, I said, hey, man, did you talk to them guys with Alias? He tells me, man, them guys sent me the wine and you were right. So I look on his menu. He's selling that same wine for $35 a bottle. I couldn't believe it. And obviously he's getting it for less than 10 because he's buying them in a bulk situation. So I don't know. He might have got them for 8 or whatever. But the point is, that's his markup that he's charging at the steakhouse. And he could get it easily. And people are buying it because it was on the low end because, they have $75, $100, $150 bottles of wine. So he's like, I haven't had any complaints. And I said, you won't because this stuff is awesome. So anyhow, there goes your story, ladies and gentlemen. There goes your story. I gave you 2-for-1 tonight. That's one of my favorite charities. Thank you so much, Laverne Penix. Exactly. These guys are awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, the Shriners Hospital if you can donate to them, I should run some promotion here. But I mean, I was there one time with my daughter. She's getting a checkup. I couldn't believe it. There's a kid like it's like from Arizona. They helicoptered this kid in. And I'm sitting there in disbelief. I was just like, I can't believe the amazing things that they do. And the people weren't from California or the neighbor in the area. They actually have areas where people can stay, little condo, a little apartments, so people could live there for no cost. I mean, literally zero cost. I mean, it's unknown factors that a lot of people don't know about because most of the time their children don't get in these dire situations. And even if they do, you normally go to the hospital because you have the coverage, but don't realize Shriners is there at no additional cost for the children. It's incredible. And I mean, literally zero. I mean, I still, I mean, anything I could take. I used to get so many magazines. And even though I live like 30 miles away, 40 miles away, and just simply things like magazines, I would have 20, 30, 40. In fact, I used to stack magazines up. So I'd have like 30, 40 magazines because they have lounge areas and seating areas. I would take my magazines down there and give to them. Just a little bit of that. Anything that I could ever give them and help out, I would bring down and help out. All right. So I'm just saying, glad to hear that, Mr. Cool, because these guys are awesome. Awesome. And again, everybody was nice, respectable, understanding. There was never, I mean, it was unbelievable to watch. And there's some children, if you go there, it's humbling because you'll see all kind of things that children or anyone should go through, deformities of all different kinds and different ways it occurred. And the kids are all upbeat. They have, I mean, it's awesome. Awesome. Tim Smith is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Tim Smith is here with the icon next to his name. Thank you so much. And he said, did someone say party at Eric's? Exactly. That's what I said, party at Eric's. But it won't be this Christmas. So no parties at Eric's for this Christmas. It'll have to be the next one. But again, it won't be where I'm at currently. It's going to be when, and remember, at the end of 2024, it's time to buy a house, right? So that's what it'll be. So maybe next year, you guys, I'll be able to say, hey, come down to the this party that I'm having. And just so you guys know, again, it's unlike any other. It'll be at my house, and there'll be musician or musicians with an S. There'll be live music, not piped in. There'll be a bar, meaning I normally don't do an open bar. It's open, but what I mean is there'll probably be a winery because that's what I like. I like to have a winery there. And I always partner with the winery where they always have somebody that serves the wine. And I don't have to do anything, nor do I have to pay. And then if somebody wants to buy and they pour all night, and if somebody wants to buy some wine, then they can buy it. And then these guys can keep the money as far as I'm concerned, or if they want to give a portion, either way, that's no big deal because I like the fact nobody has to pay for wine. It's all you can drink, literally. And then I also give prizes. I do a little charity thing. So there'll be things like one of the top restaurants in town, the chef will say, hey, Eric, man, I have all these relationships. The guys would say, hey, Eric, you come in here all the time. Because I'd say, hey, man, you got to come to my charity event. And then they'd be like, oh, no, I probably can't. Maybe because it's, when it's a Christmas season, that's the busiest time for chefs, and they're doing catering, they're doing all kind of stuff. And then the guy's like, I'll tell you what, I'll give you like a $200 gift gift certificates. So if you want to raffle it off or give it away for the highest, whatever you want to do, here, dude just signs me like 2 of them. So now when people come, I have it like it's an auction. So it's usually a 5-star restaurant. So now I have auctions for that, auctions for like, 7 nights, 8 days in Hawaii, all kind of crazy stuff. So it's kind of fun. And then of course the food. The food's off. I got to brag a little bit. The food's off the charts. We got to do it right, right? So let's call it what it is. You guys know, if you're SSN Lifestyle, next year, sometime at the end of next year, the properties will be available. When you go, it's going to be cool to have a chef in the house. So every time I have that party, a chef comes, or I have a chef, they'll be there. They're making the food. It's not any ordinary food, ladies and gentlemen. This is chef-made food. They're there. They're making it from the day before, that day before the evening of the party. The food is made fresh. And we go with organics. We go with the real deal. We don't go with this fake crap. So it's all you can eat, by the way. So again, and yes, the house is big enough to hold 40, 50 people. All right. Just so you guys know, it's not a problem. So I can invite a lot of people. Usually there's 40, 50, somewhere in their range, 40, 50 people are usually there. And it's all you can eat. And I always have leftovers, except for a few things. There's some things that's not left over because some things are awesome, right? Like that. You guys, I don't know how many of you like ham, but it's not just any ham, but that one that they make at the Honey Baked Ham that tastes so damn good. I always have that made because I love it, but I don't get it from there. I actually have a chef make that for me, and it's even better than theirs. Just to give you an idea, I love that. Then we have, of course, we always have the chicken. Of course, we're going to have some other items as well. But, the 5, this is the only time I eat macaroni because it has the 5 or 6 or 8 cheeses in it. The 8 cheese, whatever. I don't know. I just tell them to make it. I need that 10 cheese macaroni dish. Done. I need desserts. Done. I need this certain things. I need this high quality stuff. Done. I need these vegetables. I need some asparagus. I need some of the greens. I need some of the mashed potatoes, but with the garlic. I need certain things, right? That you would want at a 5-star resort. The stuff you get at a 5-star restaurant is what you have at my Shriners event. That's the food that people are walking around eating. Literally. All right. Except it's organic. Right. It's crazy. So all that's going down. So maybe you guys will be invited next year because I'm not having it this year, but maybe next year, at the end of next year, because I have my eye on, you have to have a pretty big house to make this happen, right? 50, 60 people, 40 to 60 coming in and out, and a place where artists can play. Has to be a place like that, even though artists don't need no more than 5, 10 feet, right? They can be on one side of the room and do that, but you need a big enough room. So again, I have my eye on buy a home 2023, 2024, right? So I have my eye on the houses. Again, I'm going to a little higher level, right? I'm not doing, in other words, after the 50% drop, 500 G's. All right. Just to give you guys an idea. So that's going to get you 4,000 square feet, 4,500 square feet, 3,900 square feet, right? Easily. Because right now they're $1 million, 980, 1.1, 1.2, whatever. Those are generally 4,000 square feet at least. And if you get the right design, you're going to have an open floor plan. Now I'm talking about home designs. You'll have an open floor plan. And you'll have living room sizes, 20 by 20s, stuff like that. So you'll have more than enough room. You have lofts, 20 by 20s. You have all kind of stuff, 5 or 6 bathrooms. So you don't have a problem with that. So then you can have parties whenever you want. I actually was going to give you, okay, you guys get story number 3 tonight. So I was living in a place, as you guys know, I lived in a couple of places that have the HOAs, and there's a clubhouse. So I go up to the clubhouse. I live at two different places that had clubhouses. I go up to the clubhouse at each place and I say, yeah, I'm having my Shriners party. And then I go through there and they're like, oh, yeah, that's going to cost you like $5,000 to rent our place out. And I'm walking through their place and I'm just like, this is like, okay, it's 700 square feet or something. Then I was like, but then I got to pay. They won't let me bring food in either. And so then I'm just like, my house is bigger than this. They're all like, what? I said, my house is bigger than all this and I can bring my own stuff. I was like, and I don't have to pay this $5,000-$6,000 or whatever you're talking about. I said, this is for charity. I need money going to the charity. I don't need to have my friends come here and pay, and then I got to pay some money to do this thing. I said, this is crazy. So that's how it all started when I first went to a couple places and they were like, nah, it's going to cost you to be in this building, this building, that. I was like, I got a big enough house. I don't need to deal with you guys. And they were just like, what the, where you live at? I said, I live here. And they were like, oh, okay. All right. I guess you might. I'm like, you guys are killing me. So anyhow, that's how it all started, simply because these places I lived, they were upscale, but they wanted to charge me these crazy prices. And I just happened to have a house big enough to support 60 people. In fact, it can support like 100 people, but usually 50 or 60 people come. All right, somewhere like that. All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for that promo. So anyhow, SSN Lifestyle Conference and Party is going to be in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, April 12th through the 16th. Tim Smith says, I love a good wine and I'm a foodie. Hey, Tim Smith, there you go. There you go, man. Nothing like it's winter time, so to speak. It's 30 degrees out, 40 degrees out, a couple fireplaces going, a couple of that nice little live music going down, not recorded. Nothing like food sitting around, nothing like people that you can mingle with, all about something, right? All good people. Hey, it's a chill zone, man. And then a little fun in between. Fire pits outside. Yes, we do it kind of cool, ladies and gentlemen, if I say so myself. And the reason why I'm saying this is some people, they start asking me in March, calling me up in March and April, calling the wife saying, hey, are you having a Christmas party again? People already started last month. Hey, are you having your Christmas party? It's crazy. People are already calling. I'm like, nah, no Christmas party this year. They're just like, what the heck, man? So I'm just saying, man, it's pretty cool. I have to admit. And it's all for Shriners, which actually makes it cooler. So we get thousands of dollars. And then I get to go down to Shriners and give it to them, telling them, And then Shriners, they gave me a couple of, not anything major, but they would give me some little paperwork and things like that I can give to people as well. So it's kind of cool. So there was a little yin and yang, and that's always a good thing. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we do Christmas time. So you got 3 stories out of me tonight because I've had to make up for these stories I haven't been telling. So smash that like button. Now let's get down to business. The debt box node. So actually, if Laverne Penix is still here, maybe he can enlighten me. But here's what happened. I logged into the debt box last Monday. There was 31,000 and something tokens. So then I logged into the debt box last night and it was like 29,000. So I was like, at the time I couldn't remember, but I thought it was 31 or 32. So then I said, you know what? What's going on? I know it was 30 something. I know I'm not losing my mind. So then I actually reviewed the video and sure enough, it was like 31,000 something. And now it's 29. And so then I go in with the group and I said, hey, man, anybody have this reduction of rewards? And he's like, oh, didn't you get an email? So Laverne Penix, let me know if you got an email about that they took out 10% without transferring to the wallet. So I was like, I still look for an email. I can't find it. There's nothing on announcements. Can't see it there. So I'm kind of like a little pissed. So I had to do support. I haven't heard back from support yet, but I'm just letting everybody know. Apparently, they might be taking out the 10%. So like tonight, I'm going to go look over here. I'm going to go to log in. So I don't know if they're actually taking out 10% from the mine every night or what the hell's going on. But anyhow, let me know if you received this email, because the guys tell me that that's what happened. And I'm kind of like, I'm not liking that. But it doesn't really matter. I just want it to be like, it was news to me. So let me, I'm going to pull this up here for you guys. Let me see. Where are these guys at? On Telegram, right? Okay. All right. Here it is. So anybody that has the DebtBox node, in case you haven't seen this or don't know anything about it, here's let me see if I can show you. See at the bottom? This is LaRon, Mr. Vision 360. And this is their, I can't get it right. There you go. Hey, team. So I was explaining to him, and then he says, hey, team, because I'm team to win. Hey, team, the 10% tax is being deducted from your balance. Check your emails from debt. This came out 3 days ago. All right. So, and then here, I'll show you this. Here's the other part. This is what they sent, apparently. So I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but you can see right here, rewards display. About the rewards balance, the web mobile apps will now display the total amount available to withdraw after the 10% tax. So this came on also, in case you want to see the rest. Let's see. There's some more. There's a vote of some sort, another new feature that came out. Visit the tabs. Okay. Auto withdrawal you can do now, which I still haven't done any withdrawals. So anyhow, what it is it's actually, they didn't take anything out, but what it's showing in DebtBox Node now is what I can withdraw with the 10% already taken off. So when it said 29,000, that was probably from the 3 days since Monday, 3 days. So that's like 1,000. So they probably was down to 28,000. Then it went to 29. So that now makes sense. And so it looks like the balance in your wallet now is minus the 10%. So when you do withdraw, that's going to be your actual balance when it goes to your wallet. So they just reversed it, which I'm not that mad about it. It's still going to turn out to be the same. And that's how it should have been from the get-go, because I was just like, well, why are you taking the 10 when I withdraw? I never liked that. Just take it already, so we don't have to deal with that. So that's basically what they did. So that's even better. No transaction. So there we go. All right. So hopefully everybody, if you're here and you're in the DebtBox group economics or have a DebtBox node and don't know what I'm talking about, the DebtBox, in fact, hold on. Let me go over here. You guys know we do transparencies. All right. Let's go over here. And oh, by the way, Elias Wines Cabernet Sauvignon. Oh, that's one of my favorites from them. Jeez, it's off the charts. All right. Let's go. Here's where we are right now. Here's the DebtBox. Oh, that removed it. Damn it. I didn't want to remove it. Or did it? We're going to find out. I think I messed up. Nope, we're still good. Here we go. All right, here's the DebtBox node, ladies and gentlemen, backed by oil, gold, natural gas, satellite scan system, bauxite, which is aluminum. Those are the codes you see. Natural gas is NATG. The GROW is agriculture. XPLR is a satellite scan system. Aluminum is a bauxite that goes into electric vehicles. Pretty awesome. All right, so here is the back office. Our first group, we got the XPLR node, August 19th. So then you can imagine when I went over here to the rewards, and I was happy right last week when I saw $600 on Monday. And so then when I logged in, I was like, wait, this thing did say 600, didn't it? So why does it say 500 and something? I was like, this is weird. And then, of course, I was like, wait, did the price go down? Then I was like, okay, price says no, it didn't go down, because I saw this here, 0.018. That was roughly where we were on Monday. So then I was like over here, and it was at 29,000 something. And then I was like, wait, that was 30 some thousand. And this, so then that's when I said something's not up. So I hit up support. They might have sent me a message, because this was earlier today. They might have sent me a message in the last 5 hours or something. But this 30,000 represents, when you hit withdraw, this is the full amount. No longer does this represent 10%. So this is the amount based on they took off the 10%. And that also means when we were sitting over here the other day, I can't remember what this was. 3 of them was 24. So this was 8. So this actually makes a little sense, because this was around $8. So that should be $7.20. But this is 347 XPLR, and I think it was 370 where we at. So this kind of makes sense. So the 10% is coming off of this then. So therefore, we're at around 1950, whereas before it was 24, but we're losing. More people are buying these XPLRs, because $6.58 per day times 30 after the 10% comes out, that's not bad. This is $200, right? Something like that. We're pretty close to $200 a month. So that actually is a pretty good return on a $1,500 investment. If you're not familiar with the DebtBox node, search the channel. I have several videos about it, and it's awesome. So now I've never withdrawn, but if you go to the wallet, because you have your own wallet here. So now when you withdraw, it'll come here. Just in case you're not familiar with this, these are tokens, XPLR, NatG, available on PancakeSwap. All right, which is cool. So you can actually, you can connect your wallet too, apparently. But nonetheless, you would still have to swap it, because you're going to have to swap it to some other token that you can shift around, because XPLR, Illum, these tokens aren't on that many exchanges. There's only like 3 or 4 exchanges. All right. When they sign up to BNB, then you'll be able to swap, do something over there maybe when they sign up with some other exchange. I think L Bank may be coming. But nonetheless, all I'm trying to say is you would withdraw to your wallet. This would then have the 38, I guess, in here. It would say over here, the 30,000. And then you can swap it out on PancakeSwap into, take your pick. I think it's going to be debt though, but maybe you can do USDC, USDT. There you go. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. So everybody that's in that group, we're still going to be around 200, it looks like, this or per month. And the only reason I'm using 200 per month is, you guys remember when we first started, this was like $60 for the first month. So in the last day, due to their halving and due to the price increase, all of a sudden it's like $200 per month. And all I can say is, if you put in $1,500 and you can get $200 per month or thereabouts, even $150 a month or something like that, and get a return back in 6-7 months, that's pretty awesome. So it's on track to actually, it's going to take like 3 or 4 months, right, to get back to the 1250. But nonetheless, that's pretty good rates of return for a product that's not even officially out yet. Wait until these guys actually are charging for their scan systems and that profit's rolling in. That's going to be extravagant. So, okay, Laverne Pennick says he knows nothing about it either. I didn't receive an email. See, there you go. And quite frankly, you know what? I didn't check my junk mail. So I guess I better check my junk mail. But as I said, this is what happened. So that's why I figured I better tell people, because maybe you didn't get it just like me. Because I was just like sitting there like, what's going on? And they're like, you didn't get the memo, the email? I'm like, hell no. And I didn't know about this auto withdrawal method either. So once the rewards equals a certain balance. So I don't, in fact, I'm sitting here right now. I don't see any. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I'm not seeing any auto nothing. So maybe it's something that's coming up, but I don't see autos, nothing. I don't see any auto anything. Oh, never mind. I see why, because I've never hit this withdraw button. I'm not going to hit it now. But maybe you can set up auto withdrawal somewhere in this back office somewhere. So that's fine. As long as the 10% is taken out, I guess the auto withdrawal won't matter, because you have to have that 250 or more, as I recall. So here's the debt. It used to be you exchange your tokens, Grow, NatG, XL, XPLR, Loom, into the debt token. And again, this is a set it and forget it, ladies and gentlemen. Passive income. That's what we want. That's what we want in 2023. Passive income 2023. That is what we've been talking about. Next year, the mantra is going to be buy a home. Set yourself up for success. Get your accounts at Redfin, Zillow, get them all set up. Pick the area you want to live in. Save some of the homes that you like. And then pay attention. Stay tuned 6 months from now, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months from now. Stay tuned. Let's see what happens. You could find that house at 50% off. And that's why you can actually go for a higher priced home right now. You can actually sit there and say, okay, I want to buy this maybe $600,000 home. And if it goes to 300, would you buy it then? Would you love it even better then? Yes, probably. Right? Speaking of Vegas, they have some huge price drops in Vegas, which they should have huge price drops in Vegas. I'm worried about Vegas. The whole Southwest, I'm a little worried about due to the water situation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I actually reached 3 hours. So this is pretty awesome. In fact, nobody has made any comments one way or another about 50, 60%. Has anybody seen on the screen down below right here? Let me know what you guys think of this with the Stop Struggling Now Instagram, subscribe button, the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And not only that, no full screen. Is the no full screen okay? I haven't had any feedback on that one way or another. So I guess no feedback is good feedback, right? Nobody said, hey, what are you doing, man? Why are you changing up? So hopefully it's okay with you guys. And once again, share the videos. I'm going to close out now. I gave enough stories. We talked about the debt box. The once in a million NFT. Okay, we're up to 2,500 now. We're going to get that $5,000 NFT, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the cash flow NFT. I made a video about that. Please check out that video. There's videos on the channel about Miracle Cash and More and Cash Flow NFT, where actually the owner, part owner, comes on and explains. And then I do a video where I explain a couple of them because I have the PDF too. And they're in Vegas right now having their thing. And of course, I'm not in Vegas. Otherwise, you guys would know I was, because I'd be staying at the Desert Club Resort more than likely. Or, well, I don't even really care. In fact, I like staying at Bally's of all places, because they always give me a nice big room and it doesn't cost me that much. And if I don't stay there, then I stay at the Desert Club. If I don't stay there, I stay at Desert Rose Resort. Or I'll stay at Wyndham Grand Desert. It all depends on where I need to be, or where the hotel is, or where the activity is that I need to be nearby, or I'll stay at the Jockey Club. Either way. All right. Brian P's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. I appreciate you being here. What's up, Eric? What's up with you, Brian P? It's a Friday night. He says, I'm late to the party. It's okay. You just came late and it's almost over, but it's all right. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. At least saying hello when you're up in the house. And you notice, like I was pointing, the new stuff right here at the bottom. I'm actually becoming a YouTuber, right? I figured why not start adding a few extra YouTuber type stuff. So, but I had no feedback one way or another. So I guess it's okay when the shortened screen a little bit, but hopefully that's all right. Now, if there's any other topics you guys want to discuss, because over the years I've talked about a lot of topics, trying to set you guys up for success. So far, I have to give up some more kudos. It's almost the end of the year, right? This year, you guys know, Passive Income 2022. We found potentially 2 number 1 passive income opportunities this year, the Debtbox Node and Cashflow NFT. Never mind 1, but to find 2 backed by real world assets. And if you want to get in on these, we have group economics, you guys. If you don't want to buy a Debtbox Node for $1,500 or $4,000 or $2,500 or $6,000 now as a natural gas, then you can come into our group economic plan. I started a new one, by the way, which I haven't even talked about. The XPLR is $1,500. So I'm going to be starting a new one for that. But the reason why I haven't brought that up is because we're trying to reach that $5,000 for the Cashflow NFT. So Brian P, late to the party, but there's a $5,000 NFT that is for a country in the UK. And there's 7 ways. This one company sharing the profits from 7 different streams of revenue they have. ATM machines in all of the UK, which are automatic vending machines because it's crypto. They're sharing the profits from all the transactions. Miracle Cash and More has a store. Their stores so far, 3 in Cyprus, 1 in Berlin, Germany, 1 in Holland, Amsterdam. Next up, they're going to be putting something in Spain. They're going to have stores you can go in. They have an exchange. You receive part of the transaction fees. They share that with you. They have a store you can walk into and actually learn how to upload or put your money on and get fiat money when you take money out. They have an ATPOS system, merchant processing transaction fees. You get to get part of that in the country of the UK. They have an insurance product, landlord insurance product, ensures that your tenants will pay because they give you 12 months free. 12 months. I shouldn't say free. 12 months in advance rent for that insurance product for landlords. How many landlords are going to be signing up for that? Hell yeah. Give me my first 12 months and you guys are backing. If they don't pay, you're going to pay me the rent? Hell yeah. Where do I sign? You get part of that fee because half of the monthly rent is the fee. So everybody, this is awesome as well. It costs $5,000 for the NFT. You'll see a link down below for Miracle Cash and More in the description. The beautiful thing about this is you don't have $5,000, don't worry. They have an affiliate program that you can share the information. And if somebody signs up for a 5,000 NFT, you get $500. So if you can get 10 people to do it, there's your 5,000 to get an NFT. They have 600 NFTs left. They're only going to have 1,488. Or you can join in with us on, guess what? The group plan, where you can put in $250 and up, 250 increments, 500, 750, 1,000, 1,250, 1,500, 1,750, 2,000. We already at 2,250, 2,500 now, 2,500 to go. So therefore, once we reach that goal, you guys will be part of the NFT as long as there's an NFT, because there's 600 left. All right, just keep that in mind. 600 are left. So hopefully, if you want to join us on the group, then so be it. That's down below at the Cash Flow NFT $5,000 business opportunity link that takes you to SSN Lifestyle. All right. So we're 3 hours in, ladies and gentlemen. So Brian P., that's what you did not miss. I gave you that. The mortgage rates explodes part you did miss, and the pertinent information. But down below in the description, I put in some articles so you can check out why and what's happening, the inverse reaction that happens when interest rates increase. And when the Federal Reserves increase the interest rates in 2 weeks, guess what's going to happen? Home prices are going to continue to fall down. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Buy a home is the mantra in 2023, ladies and gentlemen. Not now, not in January, not in February, not in March, not in April. Sometime after April 2023, start really seriously looking, because prices should have already dropped 40, 50% at that point. Rapidly, fast. Not going to be like 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011. People have been through this before, so people are going to cut and run. They're not going to sit around going hemming and hawing after their home price went down 30, 40%, and they're paying 20% more for their mortgage. People are going to do the thing. They're going to say, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to do this because I'm paying more. I might as well just get a short sale. Let's call it what it is. We'll be talking about that next year, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, I'm probably going to talk about it this year now that I'm mentioning it. So some people may be right now going to be in trouble because they bought a house in the last year and they overpaid, and they're finding themselves in 20, 30, 40% off or 30% off right now. So you're sitting there like, damn, I'm bought a house for the median price of $480,000. And homes are selling right now for $400,000. And you're sitting there like, damn, if this gets worse, if this thing goes to 350, if this thing goes to 300, what am I going to do? There's always a way, ladies and gentlemen. What you're going to do is you're going to call up the bank and you're going to say, hey, can I do a short sale, or the mortgage lender? And you're like, I need out because I don't want to pay this anymore. I need a short sale. Some lenders will say yes, some will say no. But keep in mind, anytime you get anything reduced because of a loan, depending on your state or depending on the lender and how they say this was taken off, this could turn into a taxable event. You wouldn't think it's a taxable event because you're thinking, I bought high, it's selling low, but they don't look at it like buy high, sell low. What they look at it is if they forgive $100,000, they look at that as income. You're going to have to pay tax. Tax could be $15,000, $20,000. All right. So these are the little things late night on a midnight. You learn something, is that you don't want them to write to you that 1099 miscellaneous. You need this 1099. You need the right one. There's several different kinds. You need the right one that says you do not pay tax. There's no such thing as you do not pay tax, but there's a certain one that you get where the 1099 is used as a different way than income. You definitely don't want miscellaneous. You don't want it to be income. There's a certain 1099 you want, and then you won't have to pay the tax. And that's just despicable when you actually have a short sale. So you're moving out of your house. They sell the house to somebody else for $100,000 to $200,000 less than what you owe, which is kind of insulting. And then, but they won't reduce it to $100,000 or $200,000 on the loan, but they'll sell it to somebody else, which is funny as hell. But you don't have a foreclosure. You don't have any problems with your credit. And you don't owe any taxes. So now you can sit around and say, okay, I can go buy another house. You see my point. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to wrap this up, but I'll talk about this on another day, and we'll discuss further about that. But once again, everybody that's still here, thank you so much for your support. Smash the like button. If you like what I'm talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. Please join us on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And no, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't do any afternoon live streams. I wanted to. So maybe tomorrow will be the day. I have a lot to talk about. And I got to do what another Eric says. That's what I have to do. All right. So that'll be coming out. So on the social media platforms, you'll see that video that comes out. And in fact, I never made a short about it. I don't think that's still up. I probably should go look. But that'll be, I only have 2 Eric Says out. The third one's going to be coming out in the next 24 hours. So look for that one. I don't know what I'll be talking about, but it might have something to do with, I already did Eric Says 50 to 60% off. People have pushed back. A few, not a lot. And then I had the other one, and I can't remember what the second one was, but the third one, I don't know what it's going to be about, but we will talk about it. It might even have to do with Eric Says, get your passive income with cash flow NFT, get a territory. I don't know about that. But anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And once and all and always, I appreciate your support. Thank you guys for hanging in here. It's been a 4-year journey. All right. And I appreciate all of your support. The members with the icons, thank you so much for your support. And like I'll always tell you, you guys, I receive more from the members than I do from YouTube and Google for 4 years. That's what's so remarkable about this, right? So we don't have the mega views like everybody, but you guys have the information that helps you. And so the bragging I was about to start with, the help always started with, you always have business opportunities you can get into. You always have real estate deals we've talked about. Stock markets is real world. We've always kept abreast of that. We've never been only one thing because it changes so much and everything goes together. So if somebody says we're getting a real estate investment, the pre-construction, you get a return on your investment eventually, and it could be for long term. We talked about that. People are winning for that. When we start talking about don't buy a house or when to buy a house, you're going to be winning with that. So now we have 2 more potential winners for 2022, Debtbox Node and the Cash Flow NFT. Those are bona fide, real world backed assets. These are companies. These are businesses that are operating right now. And you benefit from the profits from those businesses. So that is a higher level of other previous business opportunities that we have considered. All right. But this is a game changer, what's happening now. So you guys get on board with one or the other or both. But Ring of Fire materials are still going to be coming out. And so therefore, if you want to join something else, SSN Lifestyle itself, 4 ways to earn passive residual income by being a member, but you have to participate, obviously, because you have to actually promote things like, there you go, the D3 K2 magnesium cream. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's one of the products. It's a cream. All right. You can actually sell that to stores. So that gives you another way to get residual income or passive income, because then you can promote the memberships. You can promote our other products and receive commission for that. So there's lots of ways that you can actually make something happen, even in a recession, because all of these aren't recession. They're recession proof, because again, they're businesses that you can actually make money from. Amazon missed their revenues. They missed on the numbers, the earnings. People aren't on Amazon like they used to be, apparently, or people don't have money that they're willing to spend like they used to. So keep all of that in mind. But I bet you one thing, when they have their Cyber Monday and Black Friday, that will tell the story. Last year, I didn't think they were going to break records or beat their previous highs. They did. This is going to be very interesting this year, though, because a lot of people are probably concerned. So it'll be very interesting if Black Friday and all that ends up being higher than the previous couple of years. It's going to be very interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Please join me Monday at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on the weekend, there's going to be surprise pop-ups for live streams and some more videos. Tomorrow's video is going to be Oprah's Virtual Office. So you guys got a preview about that already. Some of you already know about it, but new people may not. I'll be also talking about the credit that I discussed tonight for business to help out people, and probably add in a few more like Shirtsy or some other business out there. Tribal Credit, which is actually in Colombia. They're actually international. So it does US, UK, Colombia, Mexico. You can get funding if you're from any of those countries. So that's Tribal Credit. That'll be talked about tomorrow during the Opus Virtual Office. That'll be included. You guys already know about it if you're longtime listeners. So here we go. All right, Eric, they have an app update for DebtBox. Yes, really? Okay, Laverne Penix. Let me oh, wait, I'm already logged in. Let me know if I'm not in the app. So I'm just saying, I never downloaded the app, but it's still irritating because, oh, community vote. Okay, I didn't realize there was a community vote. But how would you like to receive the end of the year ecosystem update? Okay, newsletter, live Q&A, presentation. Huh. As a Grow license owner, how would you like to receive token distribution that is airdropped on the first day of each month? Oh, wow. That's cool. Interesting. Or BNB. So anyhow, no, I haven't. I don't know what you're referring to. I don't have the app. I guess I'm going to have to download the app now. Yeeks. See, I don't really like, I'm old school. I don't like to keep track of all this stuff. It's in the App Store. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Cool. Hey, do you have the app open? Is that where that message came from? Maybe that's where that message came from about the 10% off. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, don't sleep. I'll be having videos coming out this weekend. I'm going to up the game, so to speak. I'm sitting here like nothing to do pretty much. So I'm going to up the game. I'm going to start talking about SSN lifestyle on this channel and their channel, the other channel as well, because there's opportunities. Also, SSN lifestyle members, the conference and party. The guys at AC Hotel, they're playing with me. I don't like when somebody plays with me. I did receive, I'm just going to tell you guys what it is. You guys know I'm transparent. SSN Lifestyle, this has to do with them, but stop struggling now. You guys are the mothership. The April 12th through the 16th, they sent me back my block room rates. And at first, on the surface, it seemed pretty good. It was $134 for 2 people and $114 for a single occupancy. They charge $25 more if you have another person in the room. So whatever. So on the surface, it looked good until I'm looking at 18% tax and 10% for other charges. So it comes out to roughly $172 per night. I'm like, okay, if it's going to cost $172 per night, and when I Google and I see an all-inclusive place that's going to cost $178 per night, and all you're giving me is a free breakfast for everybody that comes for the full, 4 days, 5 days, the free breakfast and all that's cool. But I'm like, wait, I'm going to have to check out with somebody else, because if they're going to charge me $178 per night, come out with $178 per night, then might as well go to the all-inclusive spot if they're the same price. I'm just like, this is crazy. And it's on the beach. So I'm checking them out as well. So the conference and all that still going April 12th through the 16th. Sean Rayford's going to be there. We're going to have speakers that's going to be there. Obviously, I will be there. And then hopefully a few of you will be there. And the tickets, you got to go to SSN Lifestyle to get the tickets. They are $175 general admission tickets right now. Starting November 1st, the prices are going to start to rise. So it'll be $175. The next up is going to be $225. So you can get in now, general admission $175. If you're VIP, Founders Club member, you don't pay for tickets, so don't try to buy. All right. You get 2 tickets, or you get up to 2 people can join. One person can come with you. You get 2 tickets complimentary for every SSN Lifestyle conference, convention, all of it. You always get in for free. You get 2 tickets. So if you want to be a Founders Club member, that's one of the perks. So that's the thing there with Founders Club members. Everybody else you have to pay. So $175 right now. That does not include hotel. That's just for entry to the conference and party. And again, AC Hotel was, I thought, going to do pretty cool. But then I was like, wait, guys, I can go online and pay $134 a night. What are you talking about? That's no deal. I can spend $124 a night, actually. I was like, what are you talking about? Then he's like, oh, yeah, but see, the price is dynamic. Using that word dynamic, we know what that means. He says, yeah, but you can book it later and prices might go up. I said, yeah, but I can book it now and the price is not going up. And so could anybody in SSN Lifestyle that's coming do that now and the price wouldn't be going up. So why am I going to block off rooms to pay more? I said, that's crazy. Even though it's 20, 40, 60 bucks more, or over the course of 4 days, that ends up being like $100, $120 more. But I'm like, but I can pay the same and have an all-inclusive spot. That's crazy. All-inclusive spot that has a 4.5 rating, 4.5 out of 5-star rating. And it's on the beach, not downtown. I'm like, what are you talking about? So anyhow, I hit up the other guys. It's one of the Bahia properties. I don't remember which one. But seeing how we're going to be paying $178, I said all-inclusive. Why not? Plus, the meeting room, they have a meeting room there too, which actually, hey, that actually is the bonus. So that works out even better. So we'll see how it all works out. But it's going down April 12th through the 16th, 2023. Meet us in Punta Cana, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't want to stay at the hotel, stay at another place. Either way, it's going down. All right. And become a part of SSN Lifestyle. We have different memberships. You can actually do free memberships as well. So I'll start promoting that a little bit more. And that's it. We're going to call it a day. Anybody that's in the DebtBox node with IX Academy, IX Global, check the Telegram group. That's where that got that information. The Telegram group is, are you talking about, wait, okay, I don't have the Telegram group. I mean, I think I do, but I can't remember where it is. No, I don't have it. Oh, I have to register. Okay. For some reason, it wouldn't let me in, which is weird. But I think it's IX Global Bot. Anyhow, I don't have the Telegram group. But I am in the other group with LaRon and Darcy. So they pretty much keep leaking everything. And it's something all the time. Okay. All right. Well, now I see I've been missing something. I've been busy, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's wrap this up. And again, please, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. And let's keep this going, ladies and gentlemen, because 2023 is going to be wild. There's going to be opportunities everywhere. And are you going to be able to take advantage? Liabilities are going to be on sale. So if there's any liabilities that you ever wanted to get, it's going to happen in 2023. All right. Giveaways for all types of liabilities. Assets, not so much. But assets are going to be priced lower because people are going to have to sell their assets due to a myriad of reasons. So, with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, and that's why we have to continue to stay focused. You can achieve assets that are going to pay you, and you can buy assets that are going to appreciate in the next 3 years, that you're going to be able to use that asset and do generational changes. All right. Because let's face it, $200,000 or $300,000 in your pocket and then spent the right way, buying another asset that pays you. Now you have more assets that pay you. That is a game changer. And not many people can do that. But if that's your mindset going in, you're going to be able to do it. And we're going to be walking you right through it, ladies and gentlemen. And the lucky thing is we have Mr. Wilson Koo in the house. So he'll be able to walk you through, and he can do the loans. He'll be able to make it happen, get you the best product, loan product. At least you can talk to him. So that's a beautiful thing. Plus, there'll be some other people in the house also. And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to always keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.